game for the first time about a week or so ago, so I could refresh myself in the controls and also remind myself how to play the game and be like, wait, where am I going in the game? Because I do remember a couple folks saying it's easy if it's your first time playing, it's kind of easy to get a little bit lost and turned around and like kind of lose track of where you ultimately need to be going. So I kind of got caught up and got my bearings, and I'm feeling pretty confident as far as where to go next and all that jazz. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to jump back in because I've before I streamed this game in particular for the first time, it was December 2024. This was my first real dalliance at all with this series. I'd never played anything from the Legacy of Kain series at all, but I'd always heard good things about it. Always heard it was very good, and it had been recommended to me by a lot of folks. And of course, I enjoy PS1 and 64 era gaming. Of course, I love PS2 and GameCube era gaming as well. So it's something I would definitely be into. Of course, I love Legend of Zelda. I love games that are kind of maybe not. I mean, Zelda is, you know, definitely a different game than this one, obviously, but like there's enough overlap there where there's kind of like an adventure game component. There's puzzles. So I like to think that there's like things in common with other games that I've enjoyed where, yeah, there's something for me in this series to be sure. So yeah, it's a series I've always been curious about experiencing. And we actually got a review key for Legacy of Kain Defiance Remastered. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to say we're going to beat this game before I need to stream that game. But I want to get as far as I can into the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver games, 1 and 2, that is, before we jump into Defiance. Because I think Defiance is the third in the series. It'll be a little bit weird to like play the first one or like part of the second. It'd be weird to play a little bit of the first one, skip the second one, and go right into the third one. I know for sure I'd have like huge gaps in like what the fuck is going on. I already felt that when I played Ascendance, but Ascendance is kind of like such a weird one. Ascendance is almost like I don't even think you're expected to have all the cards in your deck when you're playing Ascendance, because that one jumps all over the place with the timeline. And honestly, I was impressed by Ascendance. At the start of the stream, when we streamed Ascendance, I was like, man, I don't know about this one. But by the end of it, it was starting to win me over. So I was like, there's something here. So the series is a mystery to me. It's a mystery that I appreciate and enjoy, but I don't fully understand. And that's part of why I want to stream the series more, so I can dive in more and see what it's all about and really experience it. So Aborens knows what I'm talking about. It can be tricky. It can be tricky for sure. So that's why I did a little bit of homework the other day, launched it and played around with the controls and got refamiliarized, and also tried to like be aware of where we're going. And I think I've got a general idea. There we go. There you go. I couldn't remember, but there is indeed a button to switch, even in the menu, which is kind of cool. We got Farson House. What's up, buddy? Farson knows what I'm talking about. There you go. Defiance is a banger. There you go, man. Corgi knows what's up. That's right. Corgi knows the OG shit as well. Corgi knows the OG shit. I appreciate you popping in, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's dive back into Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1. This is the remastered version. I'll probably like go back and forth though between the OG visuals and the remastered visuals. I like the remastered visuals a lot. I think the game looks quite good. But I'm also a sucker. I'm also a sucker for the OG visuals. I don't know, man. I don't know. They hold up pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed what I've seen for sure. I've enjoyed what I've seen, what I've experienced even. I don't know. I'm definitely down for suggestions as far as if you prefer the OG visuals or if you prefer the remastered. I could go either way. What's up, Aleph? Good to see you, buddy. So as I recall,
beyond the ruins that greet your exit from the underworld. Armed with the Soul Reaver, you may gain entry where your path was previously blocked.
Every day man's on the block. So that's one nice thing. So I think it started us in the intro chamber, when we first reawakened, and we're around all these tentacle times. I think this is where we started the game, and I guess it's kind of nice if you're unsure where to go. I was just saying how one critique against at least the first game is that it's easy to get lost or not to be sure where to go next. Is at least this little pedestal gives you a general indication of where to go, but only a general one. So we still kind of have to find our own way. Yeah, very story heavy, The vibes are immaculate. I mean, the early 2000s, like, gothic, hot topic energy is absolutely on point. Just immaculate. Remaster was done really well, Aberrants. I'm with you. I'm 100% with the Aberrants. I think they did a really good job. We do have the teleportation station. Now, they don't tell you what each station is, but if I check the map, how do I back out? Enter? There we go. So we do have a map. So in the top left, it also tells you this might not have been in the vanilla game. The map and the objective thingy, I don't know. I've not actually played the vanilla game. Out of curiosity, if I toggle the graphics and I click the map, yeah, so the fidelity is identical. So this probably tells me this is not the remaster, or not the original. But anyway, it does say search for the Silence Cathedral. Search for the Silence Cathedral, which I think is a location I remember hearing about. I think the Silence Cathedral is a very well-known part of the game, well-remembered part of the game. The story goes real fucking deep, Aleph, absolutely. The story for this game and for this series goes shockingly deep and reaches shockingly wide. Like, there's a lot of it, much more so than any of us would have thought. It's kind of nuts. Got a compass too? Yeah, the compass is nice too. Not in the vanilla? Yeah, exactly. So, where are we going? Here we go. So, we know this is the underworld, and we have some of the warp points. We have the underworld exit warp point. Sanctuary. I don't know if there's a warp point there. Lake of the Dead. Odd that it's still pointing me to that. Raziel Stronghold. So, the Silence Cathedral, Necropolis, has a location. I think we've even been to it, but we never found a warp at the Silence Cathedral. So, I can probably find... Actually, wait, is that true? Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I'm gonna look for that. It's like 2 claws. I'm gonna look for that real quick. So, step bunk on this guy. Boink. Look for one that looks like 2 claws. I don't think I have it yet. So that would be it, but I don't have it. Yes, I can't warp to it. We'll just explore a little bit. It's been it's been a little bit over a year since I've played this. A little bit over a year since I played this, so what better excuse than to refamiliarize myself? Is this game in Russia? I mean, Nosgoth is kind of like Russia insofar as I've never been. That's what is in common with it. I've never been to Russia. I've never been to Nosgoth. Blorp. Now let's see. I guess we are still. Now I remember there was a whole thing about the spirit realm and the physical realm. I think we're in the spirit realm right now. Because health isn't draining. That was like a whole big thing about this game, right? Was big jump, yeah. Point, there we go. Is that there's the spirit realm and the physical realm, and when you're in the spirit realm, your health doesn't drain constantly, but your health does drain constantly in the physical realm, and you have to feed constantly to be able to sustain yourself. When you're in the spirit realm, you can phase through bars, you can go into the water. You still can fight bad guys, you can still lose your health. Like there, we just took a hit there. Ow. Let's see. How do I do it? There's a way to like die. Wait, can I right click? Shift? Okay, you can shift and then space. There we go. There we go. So you can lock on, and once they're wounded, they run the fuck away like a bunch of chump-ass idiots. And then I eat their souls. There we go. Now we're back to full. And I think in the physical realm, the Soul Reaver sword that we have now, because you don't start with the Soul Reaver, you have to acquire it by basically beating the prologue. Once you beat the prologue and you acquire the titular Soul Reaver weapon, the Soul Reaver sword, you can persist in the physical realm without health draining, but the minute you take one hit, the Soul Reaver goes away and then you have to feed constantly. But once you're back up to full, then you're good to go. Once you're back up to full, the Soul Reaver reapplies itself. By the way, that's the other thing too. Since we are a Soul Reaver, but we used to be a vampire. So because we used to be a vampire, we still have some of our weaknesses that vampires have. I think we can be in sunlight. I don't think that's a problem, but we can't be in water. However, since we're in the spirit realm right now, water stands still. So water is fine for us. So here we don't mind the water. But I think this is an instance where I can actually toggle back to the spirit realm. There we go. So now we have our physical manifestation. And, oh, actually, we have a wall here now, so I couldn't even go back if I wanted to. I would have to exit the physical realm. Take it back to be able to re-enter that little spot. We got Aaron. What's up, buddy? He says, give me the Black Bomber. I got you, bud. I gotcha. Good to see you, bud. Aaron, I don't know if you ever played the Legacy of Kain series or had any interest in it. My first time delving... Well, it's my first time delving back into Soul Reaver 1. We did like 3 or so hours of it about a year or so ago. But I never did follow back up with it, so we're following up now. I wonder if that's where we need to go. I know they said there'll be a spot that you couldn't access previously past the exit, past like where you first exit the underworld. We would need like the physical or the spiritual realm to go through that way. Let's just go ahead and try it now, actually. Go and try it now. By the way, I see I did take a little bit of damage or something because I lost the Soul Reaver. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Soul Reaver does not sustain you. I thought the Soul Reaver, when it's out, sustains you and you don't lose health over time. But I'm definitely losing health over time right now. So I wonder if maybe I touched a teensy bit of water. Maybe I just tippy tap the water, basically. I'm gonna willingly go back to the spirit realm so that I can phase through the wall. I don't know if I remember how to do this. Is it E? Right click? I think you can do this. Do you just hold? There we go. You can just phase through the bars in the spirit realm. But now I have to... That's the thing. You can willingly go back to the spirit realm anytime you want to, but you can't just willingly go back into the physical realm anytime you want to. You have to find one of those conduits. Which is to say, when you find a conduit, you can go back to the physical realm, because you can do it. I know. Don't quit your day job, Alex. Don't quit your day job. This actually might be exactly what we're looking for. I might have stumbled upon exactly what I hoped to see. Some baddies down there. I think this is exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to explore a little bit underneath here, because again, we can willy-nilly go through the water like it's NBD, as it is. In the spirit realm. In the physical realm, if you dive in the water, you will not really die necessarily, but you will get forcibly sent back to the spirit realm. So if you need to be in the physical realm, you'll be sad. Suck. And suck. There we go. Yeah, if you die in the physical realm, you're just sent to the spirit realm. At which point you have to find the conduit to return to the physical realm. And if you die in the spirit realm, you're dead, and that's a game over. You have to reload the save, basically. I think that's the general idea. This is... I guess that's like a one-way ticket, basically. We don't have like a double jump. That's the best I can do right now. Can't quite reach it. And also, if you're curious how I'm, like, sucking the dudes, listen, I've had a lot of experience, okay? My time in college was noteworthy. But the whole thing where if you kill a bad guy in the spirit realm, they don't really die, it just... Their spiritual manifestations become vulnerable, and you can reave their soul. You can consume. You can do the soul suck. A real soul sucker. Meld through these puppies. There we go. Who owns this game that should make a new one? They actually did make a new one. They did make a new Legacy of Kain game. The first time in like 20 some odd years, they made a new Legacy of Kain game. It's Legacy of Kain Ascendance. We actually streamed it. We didn't stream all of it, but streamed a really good chunk of it about a month or so ago, and it's weird. It's very ambitious, and it's extremely imperfect. Like they were swinging for the fences, and it misses a lot. But I will admit, it has a charm to it, and at like the 2-hour mark during that stream, I remember thinking like, ooh, this is rough. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm feeling it. But by around the 3 or 4 hour mark, I started going like, damn, this is kind of working. And by the end of that stream, I remember being like, man, I feel so conflicted. This is very wobbly and very, very uneven, but like there's something there about Legacy of Kain Ascendance. I want to go back and beat it. Something about it. But I would fault no Legacy of Kain enjoyer for looking at Ascendance, playing it, and going, I hate this, because it's not for everybody. And the downside with Legacy of Kain Ascendance is that it's kind of a Metroidvania, kinda, sorta. This game, obviously, is just a straight-up adventure game, like a Legend of Zelda, that kind of thing. The 3D adventure platformer, puzzle platformer. So Legacy of Kain Ascendance is kind of an odd one in that sense. So they haven't made a game like this, like a Soul Reaver-esque kind of game. They haven't done one of these in a hot minute. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. But yeah, so Crystal Dynamics is still around. Crystal Dynamics is the developer for this game, I think? They were either the developer or the publisher. So we have to enter the spiritual realm. Go into here, because the gate is barred. So if I go into the physical realm, we'll only be able to do so much. But yeah, I think the publisher team is still around. The door's just open? Oh, well, the door's open, but the gate is still closed. Big fucking dude there. Can I get his ass? Bop. Bop. You actually can kind of get his ass, but I can't kill him from here. They wound him. The Dreamcast connection. That's right. That's right. There was a Dreamcast, I guess, version of the first one, maybe? That's where we want to go. I just want to see what else is back here, by the way. Had friends that played the series, though, yeah. I'm in the same boat, Aaron. I never played them until now, obviously. And it's a series I'd always heard good things about. Oh, right. The humans. And they like me. Or at least they fear me and worship me. Because I saved one of them. From a vampire. And I guess word gets around fast. So unless I kill them, they're going to be nice to me. Or at least revere me. Ooh, I don't know if I actually have this warp. I think this is a warp zone. Yes, I'm with you though, Aaron. This is a series I know I've always known I want to get into. Wanted to get into. And the remastered collection, I mean, so again, this is the remastered collection. If I wanted to, with the click of a button, so you see how, like, you know, the graphics look kind of dated and look a little scrungy. But this ain't nothing. If I go back to OG graphics, check this shit out. Bam. So now we got PS1 graphics in all of its crusty-ass glory. So if you wanted to experience it with the remastered visuals, you can. But if you want the OG visuals, you can do it at the click of a button. It's seamless. It's easy peasy. And it's a great way to... It's a convenient way to go back and experience this game. The fact that it has the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 in the multi-pack is pretty slick. Pretty slick. So yeah, I'm a big fan of this. And again, the remastered version of Defiance, Legacy of Kain Defiance just came out. Or I guess Legacy of Kain, maybe Soul Reaver Defiance, because I think you still play as Raziel in that one as well. Oh, I see a shiny. I get the shiny from here. I probably can't. I think that's gonna have... Yeah, I'll see if there's anything different over here, but I'm gonna guess they're probably... Yeah, there's a bar. I can't get through that one. Need to find some other way to get that big guy. And of course, I can't jump into the water, because that'll force me back into the spirit realm. Speaking of which, let's enter the Silence Cathedral. That's what I think this is, and I think this is where we're ultimately going. I like that touch where there's the banner. There's the banner, and if you check the map... Check the map. Silence Cathedral in the bottom left, that's what I have highlighted. That's the icon, that's the glyph that is shown there. It's kind of a cool touch. So, I need to get in here, but I can only get in here. And the Spirit Realm, so I'll do exactly that. That kind of swapping. Aaron, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I think that's really slick. There was another game that did something very similar. That, or not game, but like a collection of games that did something similar. I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah, I can't make that jump. But there's another one that recently got accolades for doing something similar, where you could, like, easily peasily switch over. And it did so in a very fancy schmancy way. Physical realm. Danny Phantom going ghost. I mean, I guess, and that's a concept that other universes have explored, but this game would have been, I think the original came out in 2001, maybe 2000. So, you know, that would have been contemporary with a show like Danny Phantom. All right, then Q for the execution. Fucking execute his ass. Look at this fucker. Look at this guy edge guarding me. Fucking Smash Bros ass motherfucker. Edge guarding me, goddamn. Grim Fandango. You're right. Grim Fandango did something similar. Oh, he got my ass. Oh, good. Oh no, just a little bit of glitchy. Yep, just a little bit of glitchy. Yep. So he did smack me because he's edge guarding me. And then Q to grab. And then what do I do with you? I need to kill you in some way. I guess I could throw him in the water. Also, I'll toss him. Because I think if I throw him in the water, I should kill him. Because this is definitely a vampire. Let it be known, of course, that this game does have some clunk. It's got some jank, as you would imagine. Then I'm ready for the suck. Enough to bring me to full health? Yes, it is. And if I've understood it correctly, that should keep me at full health until I take another hit, because the Soul Reaver, when it's out, sustains your life force. Because when you're in the physical realm and you're a vampire, you need to feed constantly. But, well, we're not a vampire, we're a Soul Reaver, so you don't feed on blood, you feed on souls. In the physical realm, you kill a bad guy, you have to consume their souls. Reave their souls, even. Metal Gear Solid. Oh, that's another one. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid did it. Yeah. Yeah, there's been other remasters and ports of games that have done like some kind of visual fix-up, but give you the option to experience the true OG visuals, which I appreciate. Look at this fucker staring me down. Yeah, a lot of people don't play this kind of game for the presentation. You know, you don't play a game like this for pretty graphics, or even for like amazing combat or thrilling like action gameplay. It's more about the vibes. It's more about like the music and the look and the feel and the story. The story is very impressive in this game for sure. Different kinds of vampire. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, there's liches, there's lichens, there's all sorts of shit. Which is shit. Up here. Alright, so I might be able to go to this bar. To go back to this, to take the spirit realm. Although that might just take me back to where we came from. Hear all the, like, these weird musical stings? It's like, I'm like, bam, bam, bam. Very jarring. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. Can I make that jump? Whoop. Not quite, not quite. Yeah, we do have a glide, but it only has so much juice. So I can't make that jump, but I can make that one. Oh, this fucker. Get his ass. Stabboed. Deadoed. There we go. Got his ass. What am I drinking? I got a caffeinated bevy. This is actually one that Gracie got earlier. And she took a couple sips and she was like, she kind of made a face like, I don't know. And she was like, well, it's good, but it's like a little strong. Like, it's a little bit strong. She was like, I don't think I want it. She was like, do you want it? I was like, well, pop in the fridge. I might sip at it later. So it's later and I'm sipping. Do be sippins. Like I said, feel free to let me know if anybody has preferences on... Oh my god, look at the difference between this guy, remastered visuals, and OG visuals. Look at this spindly fucker. So if you have a preference on OG visuals versus new G visuals... I don't know, man. I find that the muddy, murky, fucking shitty quality of the OG graphics kind of adds to the experience. I kind of love it. But boy, does it look rough in some ways. This is PS1 in all of its glory. Truly, truly glorious PS1, PSX retro look and feel all the way through. If I make that jump, yeah. Can't quite do it. But I figure I'll probably just toggle every so often. That way everyone gets a nice and even spread of what it's all about. And if I'm going to be spreading anything, I want to make sure I'm spreading in a manner that is even and God-honoring. Here we go. And whoop. It's like, if I wanted to, I could get a spear thing, which is great for executing monsters. But we have the Soul Reaver, so we don't really need it. I guess it's a nice throwable weapon, if nothing else. That's nice, too. I guess I can have both. So if I were to throw it, which is with Q, there we go. And in fact, I guess it's possible it could be puzzles that rely on such a thing. Oop. Oh, I didn't grab the ledge. Heck. Which maybe tells me that that area is not necessary. I'm gonna do my best not to make the camera movements too jittery, but yeah, the camera is a little bit. I mean, it's a PS1 adventure platformer puzzle game. Wonky ass camera is kind of par for the course. I'm a switch and I spread. Listen, Aleph, I'm a talented man. My reputation from my college years precedes me. So that door, I think, is how we first got here. This is a dead end. I am truly trying to find my way. I'm truly trying to find my way. I'm going to actually continue doing that vertical platforming, because I think that actually might be the key. And I could go to the Spirit Realm to see if anything presents itself. Let's test that theory. Hold on. So I was wondering... Oh, shit. I was wondering if this spot right here... Whoops. If this leads us to where we just came from. But you know what? Maybe it doesn't. It might just pop us into the silo. I'm gonna do it. Also, check what happens when you go into the Spirit Realm while you're holding a weapon. So, in the Spirit Realm, you cannot affect the world around you. So, yeah. Actually, it was a little bit less obvious in this one. Previously, when we did that, and you're holding a weapon, and you go to the Spirit Realm, it just, like, freezes in midair. So, you can't take it with you. Which makes sense. Oh, can I not go through this one? Oh. Okay, I misunderstood the assignment. I thought we could go through this one. Maybe it's like too narrow for us to phase through. Because you just hold. In fact, it's like kind of like trying to jump through it. If anybody knows this game, and I'm sure there's plenty of people here, maybe not plenty, but there's a few folks who know this game way better than I do. If anyone knows that game, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like I shouldn't be expected to go that way. Ooh, what about that? That's the other thing too. As you go through, toggle between the physical realm and the spirit realm, it does slightly alter the geometry of the world just a little bit. So now you see this tower's kind of leaning a little bit. Get that lean on it. I can make that one. Maybe just a regular jump. Maybe I should be doing the big jumps. Uh-oh. I got stuck. Okay, we're good. Whoop. Let's grab. Got it. But can I go through this thing? This feels like something I would normally be able to go through. Remaster visuals for a while. But yeah, it seems like it's not happening. So I guess the being able to go through bars... It has to be that particular kind of gate. So I think the idea is, yeah, in the spirit realm, you shouldn't be expected to be able to go through those things. That's my takeaway here. That area as well. Or, yeah, this makes me think maybe we're expected to do the spirit realm for this one. I toggle back. Thing is, I think we were here. However, oh, I don't think I tried this. There we go. There we go. What's up, Trev? Good to see you, buddy. He says, I know this shit. Trev, every time you pop in and you're like, Alex, here's a thing I like, or here's a thing that I'm into, or thing I enjoy, I'm always like, this motherfucker really do be having all the correct opinions, all the correct tastes in things. Motherfucker really do be enjoying the correct things in life, man. Now, even though this is my first time playing it, I am enjoying it. And I do love the retro vibes. I want to go that way, but this way seems like it's the correct way. So what I might do is leave that for a moment. Nothing on that side I think I care about. I'm curious about that. Curious about that one, but I'm also curious about this right here. Hup, hup. What is over here that seems so important and also kind of off the beaten path? Nothing in here. Oop, there we go. A familiar sight. That kind of bar that we just can't quite get through. I could try Spirit Realm again, and I guess if I did that, I'd be able to go back into the physical realm pretty easily. Fuck it, let's try it. That is one unfortunate thing about this game, is sometimes you see something and you go, huh, I see nothing. Let me try physical realm. Also nothing. And so it's like, there's that temptation to explore something and be like, well, I have part of the picture, but not the full picture. Let me try this other view, and sometimes that other view can reveal things, other times it doesn't always. Can't go through that one. And we determined that, yes, we can fairly easily go back to the physical realm. Oop. But I think we do have to kind of go around. There's definitely something in there that catches my eye. Actually, hold on. Is there anything in this hallway? I feel like I've gone around it both times. Look into here real quick. I think we did find... Oh, no. I've only been in here in the physical realm, I think. We fought the dudes. The vampire boys. I'm hearing a noise. I think they're up on that balcony, though, whatever it is. Some health. Pirates and System Shock. There you go, man. Retro gaming goodness. When you say System Shock, do you mean System Shock 2? Are we talking System Shock 1? Because if you're playing System Shock 1, it may or may not have been before the Enhanced Edition, so that means you were probably dealing with, like, some fucky-ass controls. Although I do know that there were some mouse-keyboard controls. Rather, some mouse-keyboard control mods for some System Shock 1. The Enhanced Edition, of course, made the convenience factor of being able to play System Shock 1 with mouse-keyboard controls. They made that a lot easier. But yeah, there were mods for System Shock 1 that preceded the Enhanced Edition. So if you want like a more modern control scheme, because the original control scheme for System Shock 1 was kind of fuck ass. Also, I'm like trying to move the camera. I think I can confirm that is still closed. If it wasn't, I tried to go in there, but I'm pretty sure that it do be closed. So we going this way, baby. Pre-convenience, Trev. Now that is mad respect, because that is even with the convenience of mouse keyboard controls, that's still a clunky game to play. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, but the clunk is very on display in that game. So if you played that shit with like fuck-ass keyboard controls with like baby support for mouses, then respect. But I admire you, but I don't envy you. Yeah, old games, I mean, look, we don't need to mince words. That game is archaic. And I say it lovingly. It's a fuck-ass game, but man, it's good. Very good game. Not for the faint of heart, though, man. It's tough, and man, is that control scheme weird. Even with the Enhanced Edition. Of course, the remake is superb. If you've, I'm sure you're aware of the System Shock 1 remake. It's very, very good. And boy, is it a modern game. I mean, you know, you do lose some of the archaic weirdness, for better or for worse. Ow. But boy, is it wonky. Boy, is it a wonky time. How do I kill you? I need to be able to kill you in some way. But I don't have a killing apparatus. Might just have to leave you for now. I look at this guy. There's the OG, and there's the nicer version. Yeah, so I can't kill him. I can knock the shit out of him. Follow me. Ow. Ow. Can I grab this thing? Yes, I can. So now I can kill him. Dab. Consume the soul. It's not enough to completely revitalize my soul, Reaver, so I'm gonna take this with me. Looks a little bit like a shovel. Like I'm going to, or it's like a tiki torch or something. I gotta do more killins. More killins, more blood spillins to get my health back. Go. That's right, arrow keys. Exactly, and that's exactly it.
Mankind's defiance of Kain's empire, This towering cathedral now stood derelict. The humans who worshipped here, dead for centuries. Its architects conceived this tower as a holy weapon against the vampire menace, a colossal instrument of brass and stone. The cathedral's pipes, once tuned to blast a deadly hymn, now stood silent, and these vacant spaces whistled their impotence.
Shout out to this game's voice acting. Quality stuff, man. Yeah. Ooh, Trev, yeah, Prey, we're talking 06 Prey, right? None of this remaster shit, or new Prey. We're talking 2006 Prey. Now, I never did play it, in all fairness. Oh, I didn't realize it was gonna drop me down. I never played it all the way through, but I've seen a good chunk of it, and man, it looks sick. Looks very good, and like very ahead of its time. Everyone loves Portal. Everyone loves Portal for good reason, but Prey kind of beat them to the punch in some ways, honestly. The tank controls, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Win XP streak in, oh, the movies! Oh, wow, that's a deep cut, Aaron. I never played that one. I remember motherfucking Extended Player, maybe it was X-Play, reviewed it, and I remember thinking, that looks sick as hell, man. That looks so fucking dope. Looks like a cool-ass game. Bap, bap, bap. Ow. This ain't no Dark Souls, but gets the job done. Let me give you the suck. That. So I can continue to execute things as need be. Now, can I climb this thing? This surface seems like it's climbable, but I don't think it is. I'd be able to, like, latch on and just climb on up. Get on up! Good shit, man. Had a good-ass intro, too. Yeah, Trev knows about that shit, too. That's what I felt. Oh, I think this just loops us back. I see. I like how if you spam the attack button, you'll pretty much win against enemy encounters like this. There should be enough health to get the juice. Boop. Toggle back and forth every so often. I'll continue to take this with me. I might as well. Nothing else we can throw at bad guys. Motherfucking Peter Molyneux of all people. Yep. Bop. Give me the suck. Or I'm gonna give you the suck, rather. Someone's sucking. Wait, as like an in-game writer? Oh, I assumed you meant he was somehow involved with the game. That's actually way more funny. Peter fucking Molyneux, yep. One of the game creators of all time. The Fable reboot. I remember you saying that's gonna be a day one for you, for sure. I hope it's good. I really do. I'm not gonna jump in the middle, by the way. When I jumped in the middle, I immediately fell down and had to climb my candy ass right back up. We going up. Yep. Oh, he is involved with the game. Okay. But it's a self-insert each strike. Okay, that's even better. I wonder if his self-insert is as, I don't know. What's a milquetoast way? What's a milquetoast one-word way to describe Peter Molyneux? There's a lot of, like, mean things you can say about him, but what's, like, a corporate-friendly word to describe him? Overly ambitious? Success? I mean, well, that's lying. That is lying. I mean, Fable 1 was good. There's no denying it. But man, he loves to overpromise, doesn't he? Yeah, Fable's a good-ass game. No question. At least, I've only played Fable 1, but Fable 1's a good-ass game. Anything else? I see there's this one corridor to experience. No, this one here. It had to be milquetoast. When I think milquetoast, I don't mean lying. I think like sugarcoating. I think like sugarcoating, like you don't want to say anything too mean, but you don't want to like just straight up lie. Yeah, I would say overly ambitious, which I guess is 2 words, but it's hyphenated. It's hyphenated, so it still counts. I'm gonna go into spirit mode. See if that reveals anything new. Whoa! It did exactly that. look at my old fella got stuck. Got stuck in the wall. Yeah. Yeah, he loved to overpromise. That was his whole fucking personality, honestly. And I understand when people got frustrated with that. Like, I understand and I accept that was a frustrating, constant thing to be to like promise the moon and then deliver a product that was usually pretty good. Well, sometimes he would deliver nothing. Other times he would deliver a product that was cool, but coming up short. I can't remember, did I go back this way? I think actually, I don't think I can climb back up in this state. Yeah, I cannot climb back up in this state, so I'm not going to explore that at all. I'm going to guess there must be something new this way then, because nothing else really jumps out here. Oh, maybe I can phase through this. Didn't even occur to me. I'm going to poke through here real quick, see if there's anything new this way. I'm always down for a quick poke. Black and White was good, yeah. I never actually played Black and White 1 and 2. I know 1 in particular was a really good one. Oh, to download it? Yeah. Okay, fine. You run away. I'll suck your friend. Make you jealous. Always sad when your friend's getting a good suck and you just have to watch. I know that feel. Maybe I can climb. Can I climb this in the spirit realm? Still can't climb it. Lapping that monkey, baby. That's all right. Ah. The theme park management genre, which I guess would be... I'm trying to remember which one that was. I know what you're talking about, Aaron, but I can't remember what it's called. I think I would like Black and White 1. I think you're right, Trev. I think I would. But yeah, I've never actually played them. I think they're on Good Old Games. I think it's on GOG. Oh, it's just called Theme Park. Yeah. It's just called Theme Park, yeah. Yeah, the God game genre. Yeah. Well, because that was one thing he was working on for a long time was Goddess, I think is what it was called. No, that was like his big project for a while there. I don't think I can phase through this, can I? Because we're in the spirit realm. I don't know a way to, like, slurp myself through this. But yeah, Goddess was something he was working on for a while, which is to say God Us, Godus. I don't think he ever delivered it. Or if he did, I think it, like, never got finished, per se. There was the sandbox. Oh, maybe that was it. What about the egg tapping game? The egg tapping game was, I think, a fascinating idea. But I know the delivery was kind of undercooked. And I guess that's what so much of Peter Molyneux comes down to. Quick side note, if anybody knows this game, which is to say, I think if anybody... Well, I was about to say if anyone knows it better than I do. If you know it at all, you know it better than I do. If you know this game, do you know if I can, like, phase through this? I feel like if I could, I would have figured it out by now. I don't think I can. So let's keep looking. But, just to complete the thought, yeah, the whole thing about Peter Molyneux is that, like, he had, I think, he was an ideas guy, or is an ideas guy, for better or for worse. For all of the venom and negativity surrounding that term, he was and still is an ideas guy, which is to say, didn't always know how to deliver. So he could sell you on an idea, and really, I think came up with some very brilliant ideas. Like, I know people like to shit on him, but it's like, I do admire some of the stuff he came up with, but the fact that he couldn't manage a team, couldn't like deliver on so many things, especially later in his career. I don't know what he's up to now. I think he's mostly retired, but like he did some cool shit for sure. But I think once he was given too much, he was given too many resources, I guess, and given too many people that were afraid to say no to him. So he would just be given a green light to whatever, and he would just mislead a project and like kind of promise the moon and end up in situations where he would come up with something untenable and wouldn't realize until it was too late. Disappoint everybody he worked with along the way, and the cycle would just repeat, and to the point where, like, gamers were like, they would see his name on something, they'd be like, motherfuck, this asshole again. So it's like, it was hard to escape, for better or for worse. You know what? That one might be open now. Oop. It is not open. I've been bamboozled. Gotta be a way through some of these. Thing I threw earlier. Steam listings. Oh, it got pulled. There you go. Yeah. His name's on a bunch of great games. Right, yeah. Because what were the other ones? He did Theme Park, like Aaron put it out. He did Black and White 1 for sure, and I guess also 2. I don't know as much about 2. There was like a big one. What was the one that were like the first one he worked on that put him on the map? I mean, Black and White was a big one for sure, but I think there was one before that that put him on the map. It was, man, what was it called? Populous. Aaron, you're a fucking G. That's exactly it. He did Populous. And I think he was like I don't know if it was like his game, but I think he was pretty instrumental in that game being a thing. Guessing this is a... Alright, so I could become physical if I wanted to. Do I want to? Let's try it. He's like, hey, how's it going? Lanky ass motherfucker. Ow. I don't know if I have a great way of killing you right now. Yeah. I think there is... I think if I launch him on the spikes, I can kill him. Ow. And... Oh, I missed? Or maybe that's not a spike that can kill him? Come back down. Come back down and fight me. Oh, he fucking offed himself! He said, fuck this, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. He'd rather impale himself on a spike than hang with me. I would feel insulted. But I didn't want to hang with him either. So there. Do you want to follow me over here? Maybe he doesn't want to go very far. Because I want to kill you so I can get my juice back. I want the juice. Bullfrog had a good streak. What did Bullfrog do? Because that name's awfully familiar. But I can't place it. Follow me. Follow me if you want to die. Go. He like has a limited amount of space he wants to traverse. I gotta do this my own damn self. Unfortunately, we're still like losing more health than we're gaining here. Ow. You guys are tough. Oh, I'm going back to the spirit realm pretty soon here. We're fading. All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna go and take it. Go back to the spirit realm. It's fine. Oh, wrong button. Suck. So still trying to figure out where to go next. That is, I think, how it goes in this game frequently. Yeah, Dungeon Keeper at least. So that Holy Trinity is the big one. Is the good... The trilogy of what he's worked on. He was on Theme Hospital too. That's cool. Yeah, I never played any of the theme games. Theme Hospital, Theme... Something. I think there was a few of them. I wonder if I want to be here. Let's find out. Gotta be somewhere. There's gotta be somewhere we can go. Fuck, he still hit me. There's no block button in this game, obviously. No block, no parry. Oh, what am I doing? There's no execution here. Same thing, I can try to lead him over this way. For the quick kill. You motherfucker. Ow. He's still not vulnerable? Now he's good. Like when he flung himself on the spikes willingly. Ow. Headshot. Still doesn't hit. Yeah. I don't know why it's being so wonky. Maybe I'm like waiting too long. Yeah. It's supposed to land on the spikes and kill him. Maybe I like... I think I'm positioning myself incorrectly or something. This one? Yeah. As in my mind, it's like maybe you have to... Well, okay, it's been too long anyway. I'm just gonna accept that I can't kill him competently. Back to the spirit realm. Of course, none of this is getting me any closer to where I ultimately need to need to go, which is to say, make any sort of discernible progress. Keep sniffing around. My thought was there would probably be something in this first room, but or I've come up with nothing. If there's like an opening that I've missed, because the problem is when you shift between the spirit realm and physical realm, the walls can slightly shift, things can move around a little bit. When a door that is open in one can be closed in the other, and there's really no way to know until you just kind of experiment with it. Get back to that big room. Maybe there was something else I missed there, but I tried to be fairly thorough with it. Grab that guy. Okay, this makes me think that's not the right way. Is there an easier way? Grab this guy, maybe? Not quite. It's a pretty quick turnaround of a jump to make. We've made it a number of times, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree. So Bullfrog. Okay, so yeah, so those were those games were developed by Bullfrog. So that was Peter Molyneux's start. Oh, here we go. That's what we do. Here. Heck. Height jump. The hitboxes are small for the spikes, yeah. And it's tricky because I think they're small hitboxes and you have to be very deliberate. Ah, fuck. Speaking of small hitboxes. Yeah, just can't make it. I need to get on the platform. Yeah, it's like you have to have like the right positioning. And have like... I think maybe it works differently where if the guy is like in his like... They're in their vulnerable state. Oh shit. Realize these guys came back alive. Yeah, if they're in their vulnerable state, I think you can throw them more differently. Versus if they're like still wriggling and they break out of your grip. I'm really struggling making this jump, and I feel like I made this jump effortlessly multiple times earlier, and now I can't do shit. Shit. It's like I'm getting worse at the game the more I play it. Again, it makes me wonder if I'm like barking up the wrong tree. Was there a different thing I did? Maybe I jump here. Nope. Oop. There we go. No. Jump here. Whoop, shit. Also, it's a PS1 game. So, you know, PS1 graphics and presentation, but also PS1 like wonkiness with the controls. But that's the thing, when I see how much I'm struggling with basic aspects like that, it makes me wonder, well, damn, maybe I'm like going about this the wrong way. Where I start to doubt myself and think like, yeah, is there another thing I should be trying, or another avenue I should be, another tree up which I should be barking? Trying to experiment a bit. What's the way that I ought to be going? Their entrance into the physical realm. Which is that back down. Have I been up here in the physical realm? I think I have. Yeah, because we had to go that way. Anything with that in particular? Does that shift at all? Not really. Go back. Meow. Have I gone through that? Yeah, that just loops back around. We've seen that one. And I think I've been on that side, both in physical and spiritual, and came up with nothing. Actually, have I been there in spiritual? I guess I don't know for sure. I think we've almost certainly been there in the physical realm. No, I don't think I checked the second floor. Nothing here. Can go up, but there's nothing up here. Yeah, I think it was empty both in physical and spiritual. That's the thing though, it's like you really can't tell until you try both. Oop. go. Oop. Oh, come on, man. I thought I made that jump. It's like there's a slope that is very aggressively not happy with you being there. So if your positioning isn't perfect, it'll nudge you down. Give you the nudge. I gotta use that very particular set of platforming steps to get back up. Where was that one? That one little like nugget that kind of like juts out. And we see these a lot. I'm guessing this is a door, and I can't just go through this one. Nope, doesn't work that way. Loink. Yeah, this is the one I continue to struggle with. It feels like I should just be able to make this jump. And I can at least get here. Yeah, can't do it. Can't do it. So yeah, it makes me wonder if I'm barking up the wrong tree, if there's like a better way to do this. Yeah. Yeah, can't do it. Can't fucking do it. I like grab this ledge. I think you're just expected to come up here. Then... Whoop. There we go. That's the one that shifts. This silo right here, this building right here. That we know that one for sure, like, warps in the other direction when you go between realms. Oh, that's what got me last time. That one fucking cylinder. The cylinder, it is imperative the cylinder remains unharmed, but I want to harm that cylinder. The ledge grab is not overly generous in this game. You could accuse the ledge grab of being a little bit limiting in this game. Because it's like the rounded nature of that, of the roof on that thing. Come on, come on. Yes, we made it. Cool. Or anything else I could possibly try? Because I feel like I'm running out of ideas already. It's like this is the first thing to explore in an area that we definitely need to be in, and I'm already, I don't want to say hitting dead ends, but hitting a what I would just say is a lack of confidence as far as where to go from here. I'll go back to new graphics for a while. I didn't think I'd get hard stopped this early on. We just gotta keep trying, man. Old games like this, it do be that way sometimes. Level designers, game designers being like, let's let him figure it out. We can let him figure it out. Kids these days, let him chew on it for a while. Let him struggle for a bit. It builds character. Builds character. And of course, we got the cutscene where we saw this lad. I think that was just a set piece to say, yeah, these fucking vampire lads, maybe they're liches, whatever they are fucked up. Surprising absolutely nobody. If I strike out over here, I'm gonna go back to the spirit realm and try exploring more in the spirit realm and even return to that area, because I didn't jump back down into that area because I was concerned that that'd be a broken bridge. And yeah, this is one where I think this thing right here moves when you go into the spirit realm. And maybe that's it. Maybe I should see if I can, like, climb these things, maybe? Let's see, it doesn't feel immaculate. The vibes are not immaculate with that as a platform, necessarily. The good news, though, is that this is a dead end, but this does give you a conduit back to the real world. If I kind of stand in the place that you were. Stand right here. Oh, maybe you can just walk up these things as a platform. Maybe that's enough. Try that. Let's try that. Oh, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. That was the one piece we were missing. There we go. Progress, baby. Progress. Or at least it's something. We got Alias over on YouTube. What's up, buddy? Old game stuck. Old game that is very cool and the vibes are immaculate, but the platforming can be annoying and the conveyance is less than perfect. But we got there. Or at least, well, or at least we're in the process of getting there. Slight platforming goofs notwithstanding, we're getting there. Did you ever play any of the Legacy of Kain games, Mr. Alias? Because I wouldn't expect this to be in your necessary wheelhouse. Whoops. I wouldn't expect this one to be super up your alley necessarily. For one thing, this is a game from... Now, I never played when I was younger, but this game very much caters to my old-ass demographic. So the graybeards in the audience, they remember this shit probably more so than the youngsters. Oh, but Trev has played, and I know, Trev, you're younger than me, so the fact that you've played this one, Trev, that tells me that it's not just the grays. Whole bunch of stuff over there to explore. I can jump up this way. I kind of want to see how much I can do while still in the spirit realm before I go back to physical realm. Can I make that jump? Only one way to find out. Whoop. Away there. That's encouraging. And I don't think I can actually go through doors in the spirit realm. You have to go back to the physical realm to open a door. Doors are illegal when you're a ghost. Just how it goes. How it goes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we can't, like, pull switches like this one. We can't pull switches or interact with the world. But also, the world can't hurt us. Give and take of the spirit realm versus the physical one. Let's go back around and go back into physical mode. Was a Nintendo kid too? Yeah, that's the same thing as I was. Even though I always admired the series, not only did I not play it because it was rated M and that's like too big kid for my youngster ass. Also, I didn't have a console that could run it because I was a Nintendo kiddo. Some had Ocarina of Time, others had Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I was an Ocarina of Time kiddo. There we go. We're finally making honest to goodness progress. Can you fucking believe it? Yeah, the PS1 dithering. That's right. So this one's PS1 for sure. This one's PS1. Yeah. Yeah. So we're playing. So we have the remastered visuals right now. But if I do this, pow, now we got the OG visuals. And the dithering isn't actually too bad, like the texture warping. But it's got that PS1 scronge, man. We got the scronge very much on display. I'm gonna press this switch over here. Pull the switch. Pull the switch. Press the switch. I'm gonna pull this switch. Pull this lever. Give it the old yank. Little elevator action. Good. But first, the way I live my life. But first, go to the store. Also, I see Aaron's got something for us. I'm curious. There's another door. Presumably also leading down. Ooh, dark hallway. I like where this is going. Except I need the spirit realm to go through this guy. I'm gonna check the other door, because I probably was expected to go through the first door first. People eat these days up. Me. I'm people. I'm bitches. I'm people. I do love the retro stuff. I love the retro stuff. I love the jank. I embrace it fully and with my whole ass. My asshole? No, just the whole ass. Yeah, and the weird limitations, yeah. I mean, I'm also an enjoyer of, like, low poly shit. Low poly retro-inspired stuff. I love that, too. But this is, like, actual low poly. Not just low poly inspired. This is the real shit. Real. Blam! Get fucking blasted, idiot. Stupid head who is dumb and stupid. Explode his ass. I'll go and grab this too while I'm at it. Why the heck not? I deserve nice things. So here's this poor sap. And I mean, it's undeniable. The remaster does look better. But I do appreciate how it also kind of gives like different details. But also the original gives different details. And the original, his like lips have been like gnawed into, like his like the teethers are more exposed. Whereas the jaw is pretty intact in the remaster. So I like how there's like some honest to goodness differences. I also like how these are pulsating. The webs in the walls there, that's nice and fucked up. Even in the original, they're pulsating. So I don't know, I kind of go back and forth over which one I like more, the OG or the new G. Eh. I'm like pressing the button. I think we need like a block or something. Need to like drop something or place something there so I can reach that shit. So let's keep looking around. I think there's something we are lacking right now. There's an SNES emulation package. Oh, I think I know what you're referring to, Alias. Yeah. I think I know what you mean. There is RetroArch. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't sought it out myself, but yeah, I think I remember there was some kind of article about that, that like mega pack that was kind of making the rounds. Now, I'm trying to remember, it's like, I think the whole idea with that mega pack is that it is not, that it is technically legally acceptable, I think was the idea, because obviously you can't just post ROMs to the internet. Well, I mean, you know, Twitch TOS notwithstanding, there have been instances in the past where people have shared ROMs illegally, obviously. But this was the thing that I think was fairly well known. Also, I guess I can hit the switch again. Okay. Like how this little flap disappears, but then reappears. I'll flip it for now. We will ride this up. We will ride this up, but first, let's do the MS Paint challenge that Aaron just redeemed. Aaron's got a good for us. A good one for us. He says, I DM'd it to you, my dude. My duderino. Sharing ROMs on the internet. It has been done in the past. Twitch TOS indicates, and YouTube, Twitch and YouTube TOS indicates that none of us should ever share information on the distribution or strategies for sharing copyright protected content on the internet or in general. So, you know, I will say nothing other than the fact it has been done in the past, and yeah, and it's not good according to a lot of entities, including the US government. Blink twice if you need help, Alex. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's like it can't just. I'm not gonna like be like, oh hey, there's a website I found, guys. Check this shit. It's like I'm not gonna do that. Obviously, that's not how it's gonna work. Let's take a look at what Aaron's got for us. And yes, Alias, I did see you sent me something. I need to get caught up on my DMs, but I did see there was something in my DMs. He slid into my DMs. Yeah, because we were talking about the what was it? The demo for that drinking and driving game. Well, okay, it's not a drinking and driving game, it's a racing and driving game, all right? Totally different. Drinking and driving, bad. Racing and driving, I mean, if it's a professional doing it, then I'm willing to turn a blind eye, or a blinder eye at least. Aaron, this is an all-timer, man. This is an all-fucking-timer. They nerfed my main, Jerry! They nerfed my main! I know he's playing Metroid, or Metroid Prime, but the meme is that he's, like, looking angrily because they fucking nerfed his main in Smash Bros. Melee. They're edge-guarding me, Jerry! I love it. What's the guy's name? Jason Alexander? I think he was interviewed one time, and they asked about this photo, and he was like, I don't want to talk about it. He was like, I think people have clowned on him for years. So when somebody asked him about this interview, he was like, let's just not get into it, man. Which is fair. But I love this image. It's a fucking classic, man. God damn. I love the GameCube pod. The GameCube pod's so fucking cool. Aaron, it's a good one, man. The GameCube pod. There was a bunch of celebrities dressed up really nicely for this GameCube event. I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was there. Wasn't Paris Hilton there as well? Hold up. GameCube Jason Alexander event. I want to see like the other actors and actresses. Here we go. It was the 2003 People's Choice Awards GameCube. Dude, this is actually delightful. Check it out, bro. We got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We got I don't know, is that Franz Drescher? I don't know who that is. Fran Drescher, maybe? We got motherfucking oh, never mind. For a moment in the small version, I thought that was the guy from Scrubs. Blank on the guy's name. I thought that was the dudes from Scrubs and the lady who played Elliot. So JD and Elliot. I don't think I know who these people are. Oh shit, I thought I was so cool and hip and smart. Turns out I don't know jack dick about shit. Alright, well never mind. I thought I was cool. But I knew about Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I think this one where he's smiling. Isn't that one? Yeah, there we go. So there's like, it's like, choose your fighter. Angry GameCube gamer or happy GameCube gamer. There we go. Me before I play GameCube. Me after I play GameCube. There you go. There you go, man. So anyway. Ooh, Bob Odenkirk. Oh shit. You're right. Although that might this was a different event though. I think this was a different event. Yeah, this would have been before. The People's Choice Awards 03 was that one. This is January 02. Playing some Melee. Oh, I love that second shot of David. That's a good one, man. Or of Bob, rather. David Cross is the other guy. Some good shit, man. That kiosk. Yeah, dude. That kiosk is an all-timer. The GameCube pod. I want the GameCube pod, dude. I don't blame you, Aaron. Love the GameCube. I'm an enjoyer. I'm an enjoyer of the GameCube for sure. Is it my favorite of favorites? I don't know if it's my favorite of favorites, but it's up there for sure. I love that shit, man. Super Hobbit fails the name of a woman challenge live on stream. I know. Alex not knowing a human, a lady human no less. Yeah, I feel like I'm really bad about about actor and actresses' names. A lot of the times I'll know the face and I'll go, oh yeah, I've seen them in, and I'll go, well shit, what have I seen them in? And then I'll go, well their name is, well fuck, what's their name? I don't know. I don't do a very good job of keeping up with these things. Yo, what's up, Hive? Yeah, Mr. Show. Yeah, I mean that was the Bob Odenkirk and David Cross collaboration from back in the day. That was the good stuff. It was 2 decades ago. That's right. Was David Cross in Men in Black? I didn't know that. I've seen the first two, but it's been a long time since I've forgotten. Yeah, they were in Mr. Show. I remember that was their like original collaboration. That leap in technology, it was huge. I remember the homies and I really getting into it, like really getting excited for it. I remember my brother and I. So you of course remember the demo disc that came with Mario Kart Double Dash. The demo disc that came with Mario Kart Double Dash included some demos for some games that were coming out, including Wind Waker, including another game that escapes me, and also including F-Zero GX. And my brother and I were playing the demo for F-Zero GX. And at one point we said to each other, bro, we were playing F-Zero GX. The game looks great. It handles beautifully. And it's so fucking stylish. And we said to each other, guys, this is like peak graphics. Graphics will never get better than F-Zero GX for the Nintendo GameCube. This is as high as it can possibly go. What more can you do than F-Zero GX? And honestly, we were right. Let's be real. We peaked at technology. I'm only being a little bit facetious. But no, that was how it felt, though. It was so exciting, and it was so jarring how big of a jump we went from N64 to GameCube, from PS1 to PS2. Incredible, man. They were in Small Soldiers? I didn't know that. Damn. David Cross and Bob Odenkirk being all over the place. You know, the youngsters, they see Bob Odenkirk, they go, Better Call Saul! But it's like, bro, he's been around long before that. He was a side character in Men in Black. Damn, I did not know. I did not know. He's like a weird incel dude. I mean, I could see that. I could see that. He's gonna be the way that David Cross looks like in the olden times is how I will look in only a matter of time. A small number of years, and I'll be right there. 2002, David Cross. That's gonna be me. Just like me, for real, for real. The demo and promo materials, yeah, man. Cherished, absolutely. Blue Storm, yeah. I love it, man. We recreated water. I think it looked good. I think Blue Storm looked good. I still like the original Wave Race more, even though that game is very fucking hard. It's a very fucking hard game. Anyway, enough reminiscing from me. Let's get this MS Paint show on the road so we can resume the video games. So we got this delightful image from our friend Aaron. We have 3 minutes on the clock to recreate this delightful image using only MS Paint. Gonna do my best to include as many cool details in this image as much as I can, but again, we gotta go fast because we got 3 minutes to recreate this image. I can only use the pencil tool, fill tool, and erase tool. Here we fucking go. 3, 2, 1, let's do it. Actually, I'm gonna start a little bit over to the side here. Right, and then very good. He's got to look a little bit unhappy. A little bit unhappy. Yes, yes. And he like the eyes a little bit narrow. Maybe not like angry, but definitely not feeling it. Definitely not feeling it. No disrespect to Mr. Jason Alexander, fabled actor of our years, but he does have a prominent male pattern hairline, male pattern situation with his hair. I'll do my best to depict that in a way that is respectful and God honoring, but no guarantees. All right, come down and around. Here we go. Look at that. Is it like, look how big his shoulders look. Dude looks like he's fucking bulgulating out of that. Out of that suit. Fucking motherfucker has apparently been working out. And he's got there's a controller in there somewhere. There's like a thumb and a couple of things. And then here's the GameCube Prism. There we go. Burr, 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 burr. Nailed it. Perfect. Perfect in every way. And then actually, it looks like one of those things they serve fancy dinners on, like a dinner platter thing where they go like, "Shink, your meal, sir." There we go. Got the cube that plays the games. I'm going to do a very good job of accurately depicting this cube of the games. Am I going to take the time to do all 4? Of course I will. I ain't no chump. Mama didn't raise no chump. There we go. There we go. I like how they got 2 controllers plugged in, but they're playing a 1-player game. Shoop, shoop. Actually, I'll do one thing. Nintendo. I'm gonna let the Nintendo be cut off. Game hub. Because it's cut off in the original. We're gonna do a couple quick little edits here. I'm gonna emphasize the fact that it's cut off there. Also gonna like fix this a little bit because it's a little fucky yucky. There we go. There we go. And then a couple other little edits that I'm gonna start coloring things in. This kind of comes down. Got the pocket sleeve. There we go. It's good enough. Yeah, all right, so I know we're getting kind of out of time here. So let's do one of these. There we go. And I think that's good enough. Let's color things in and see how we're doing, or see how we've done. I'm gonna give him like a burgundy suit. Got the burgundy special. There we go. And then skin, and then that's not skin. That's that skin, and then skin, and then he's got like the silver GameCube here, the rare silver. Look at that. And then blunk, and then I think I might leave that. What I will do is go pop, pop, pop. And then pop, pop, pop. And real quick. Oh, and I got to do this too. Red, red, red. Yes. And then that one is black. Then a real quick edit. Real quick edit. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, 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 burp. Game. The game is happening there. There we go. There we go. A little bit over on time, but that's okay. There's the video game. Nintendo Game Cub. All right, so that was the MS Paint Challenge. Hope you enjoyed. I'm going to do one of these, so kind of emphasize the cutoff nature. And get them close together. Get them nice and squinged together, as the good Lord intended. Prop them down, pass it around. That's 99 MS Paint Challenges on the wall. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. Crap, what did I do? I did something. Do this. I don't know if Jason Alexander is on social media at all. I would not recommend sending him this image. I think this image bothers him. Well, the one I have made would bother him even further, but I think the OG bothers him. So it would be best for us to not upset anybody with this stupid ass image I've done. Nintendo game cub.jpg. There we go. Gonna post that shit to the Discord server. You already know what it is. Thank you to Aaron for the redemption. Appreciate you, buddy. And for those curious, redeemed by Game and Browse, aka actually it's Groot Kit. Fox McClad. I like how you were the Denny's Grand Slam TM for a little bit there. Alright, so it's been posted to the Discord server. If anybody wants to see more goofy ass MS Paint challenges like that, so that one, they're all in my Discord server. You saw that there was the prefix to that file that we saved was 476. I've done 476 MS Paint challenges since the summer of 2020. The summer of 2020 was when we started doing these. And we've done a bunch, and they're all in the Discord server. So if you want to join the server and see all the dumb MS Paint nonsense we've done, they're all in the Discord server. Also, the Discord server is just kind of neat. We do giveaways there every so often. It's the best way to keep up with myself and others inside of the stream community outside of my usual streams. So it's a nice way to keep up with our shenanigans. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not that I'm biased or anything. Only a little bit biased. Okay, let's get back to the games. Thanks for joining, guys and gals. What's up, Gamer Tech? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we just want the face. Yeah, I think we did all right with the face. If Quasimodo wore an Oni mask, yeah, I could see it. The Hunchback is a little bit pronounced on that one. Hi, Hammond is the game cub. He's the game loaf of bread. The essence. Right, hence the Oni mask, right. Communist Party George, there you go. There you go, man, there you go. Gotta make 500. I mean, I don't think we did anything particularly strange for 420, number 420, which would have been, I think, last year. So yeah, I don't really do much for, like, proper anniversaries. Maybe I should at some point. Something special for when things get weird, inevitably. But anyway, friends, thanks for joining in. Let's continue with Soul Reaver. I think by now we've kind of figured that we found a way to make some progress. Let's jump up here and see what it... Oh, I thought it was a platform that would lead me up. But instead we've locked something in. Can I press the switch again? Yeah, that does nothing. However, maybe there's something down here now. Oh wait, not that one. This other one. See if that'll do something for us. Because we definitely saw there was something underneath that requires an interaction. Question is, can we now reach that which we seek? Aaron, I loved the Fox McClud fella name you have. Ow. In the Discord. I'm sure you're extremely aware of the Star Fox news. I know that a lot of folks have been clowning on the designs. I actually don't mind the designs for the Star Fox games. And here's the thing. It's easy to be like, oh my god, these designs look like fucking garbage. And I get it, they're not for everybody. I don't mind them. What I will say is this much. A lot of... Aaron, you're probably with me on this one. Star Fox fans have not been eating good for a long time. I'm not one to look a gift Star Fox in the mouth. Is the design perfect? Are the redesigns perfect? No. But am I just happy we get a Star Fox game? Fucking yes. I'm just happy we get something. Am I a little bit upsetty spaghetti? It's another remake of original? Maybe a little bit, but it's more Star Fox. I'll fucking take it, man. Star Fox fans have been starving for so long. I mean, at least we're not as starving as F-Zero fans. We don't want to talk about F-Zero fans. I mean, I guess they got F-Zero 99, which is better than nothing, but still. Star Fox fans have been not eating the bestest. So I'll take what I can get, man. When you're starved for attention by Nintendo Daddy, you take what you can get, man. So I'm just happy we get something with Star Fox. We got Star Fox in the movie. When the Mario movie, that is, we got a new game coming out. Like, this is as good as Star Fox has been in a long titty slapping time, man. What about you? What about the paint me like one of your French girls? Right, that's right, Chuck. What's up, buddy? When are you gonna do? Paint me like one of your French girls, Alex. You promised. Chuck out here putting words in my mouth. I promised no such thing. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, bud. Let's try this one. Let's try this one then. As I bet this door might have something for us. Yeah, the sofa with George Costanza. Yeah, that's a classic as well. That's a good one too. Fox looks a little bit jank. It's not perfect, but I mostly like them. I like them more than I dislike them. Even Fox. There's a couple things that are great about his redesign, but I'm willing to roll with it. Okay, so I think the only thing we can do is Spirit Realm through this thing. Doing it. Yeah, it's still Star Fox 64, but I'm still happy we're gonna get something, man. I'll take it. The VTube model thing, yeah. So I've not actually watched the direct, but all the stuff that's been posted about it, I feel like I pretty much know what there is to know. And yeah, I think that's kind of neat. I hope they don't like... I hope it's not one of those things where they were like, oh man, the gamers are gonna love this. Let's spend a bunch of dev time making this happen, because I don't know if people give enough shits about it, but it's neat. Again, we can go back into the physical realm, which I guess is what we have to do, because there's nothing else really to be done here. So I think the VTube model thing, the little camera control thing, it's neat. Is it something I would give many shits about? Not particularly, but it's a neat little, cute little feature. What I will say is, I remember that's actually a thing my friends and I always said, like, oh man, what if there was like a way to have it where like you could like talk to your homies in game, like in multiplayer, and have little pop-ups, like the head pop-ups, like do little chitter chatters. Like, wouldn't that be cool? As like a hypothetical what if, it's like, oh, that would never happen though. That's too hard to do. Technology wishes it could do something that advanced, and yet here we are years later. Oh, I might just straight up die. Because I don't think I was gonna say if I can like kill these dudes. Problem is we have to get them both wounded. The good news is dying here is not a huge issue. Not the end of the world. That's one. Ooh, can I at least suck? I wish to give him the suck. Come on. Alright, so we got slurped back. Which is unfortunate. Just a slight inconvenience. Yeah, the combat in this game is just fine. It's just okay. Oh, right, we had full health. Luckily, there's a health right here. They remake stuff too much. Well, this game, the Star Fox thing we're talking about, it's not going to be a remake. It's going to be a reboot, which you could say is in the same kind of vein. I think that's a valid criticism. An achievement for killing the dude. The thing is, this guy is eventually going to pop back out, isn't he? Because he's not dead. I guess his soul is still around somewhere, but I can't seem to get it. I guess it's fine, though. I have Rose on the table. There you go. There you go, buddy. Chuck says I'm ready, baby. Hope we get that AX cabinet working at the, at Galloping Ghost. I'm with you, Aaron. I'm 100% with you. Now, I think there's a way to flip up cubes in this game. There's a way to... oh, but you know, if I flip it up, it's probably not going to be the way I want it. I think I need to rotate the cubes, don't I? So this one... I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking this, but I seem to recall there's, like, special controls with the cubes. There's, like, ways to flip them up. So that one needs to go... you know, maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I don't need to worry about, like, having them face the right way. Let's just stick it in and see what happens. That's what she said. Do better rules, man. It feels like they need, but I would need to like rotate them in some way. I know you can flip. I think is it the right click or jump? E? Q? There's like a way to do it. Remember, I can't remember how you do it. Oh, you know what? I think I have to use another cube to boost it. Let's pull this one out. Oh, what a good dog. That's so nice. That's so nice, man. Yeah, I'm with you though, Aaron. I hope the AX cabinet's working. Ed Galloping goes, we'll be there in July, baby. I'm excited. We've at least come a long way. Hopefully, Aaron. Hopefully the jiggliest of anime titties. Let's see. Is it... I think there's a... Oh, you... What? You... Okay, he came back. God damn it. Hope this doesn't reset all the progress. Not that I've made a whole lot. Oh, he just straight up respawns then. Okay. Oh, there we go. The bad guys eventually respawn. Yep. Yeah, so the question is, how do I flip it up? Is it space? Q? Right click? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought there was a way to, like, flip cubes up when you're pushing a cube in this game. If anybody knows this game, can you confirm if I'm, like, misremembering this? I'm, like, pressing other buttons. R? Oh, fuck. God damn it. There we go. Latch on. Is it control? Shift? Kind of pressing buttons. Maybe it's in the controls. Control options. Yeah, I guess keyboard. See if there's like other buttons I could try. I was trying E. Control, shift, mouse R. Wait, mouse R. Oh, mouse, just movement, I think, basically. Yeah, this looks a little bit crispier. Yeah, the remaster visuals are pretty good, but we could go back to original. Bam! Now we're back in original visuals, baby. If there hasn't been a game since 96. Oh no, we've there's been a decent number of Star Fox games over the years. There was the 3DS remake, the 3DS remake of 64. There was Star Fox Adventure on the GameCube. There was Star Fox Assault also on the GameCube. There was Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. So there's been a number of Star Fox games, but the Wii U one was like, I don't know, I would think about 10 years or so old, maybe even older than that. So it's been a while, but it hasn't been completely dormant. Capcom doing the remakes, yeah. I mean, Capcom remaking Resident Evil 4 was unusual and maybe even unnecessary. So normally I would say that's kind of a bad thing to be remaking a game that's not that old, except for the fact that apparently the remake is very good. I've not played it, but apparently the remake for RE4 is like incredible. So normally I would be with you and say like, yeah, remakes and reboots can be a bit much, but apparently RE4 is like fucking hot on that remake. Apparently it's really good. The creepy crawler oven, I remember that shit, man. I remember that shit. Is it because we didn't kill him in the spirit realm? I thought we killed him when we came back, though, but maybe not. Just use Alt F4, that'll do it. That'll do it. Alright, so let's keep trying. Because there was a couple of buttons that came up. Maybe, hold on, maybe I don't have to hold mouse click. Maybe I can try mouse click. Okay, no, that's it. That's not it. Oh, here we go. Fraxrez says crouch and the action button. Oh, it's so crouch. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thank you, Fraxrez. Thank you, my friend. Very generous. That was exactly what I needed. So hopefully it's okay that it's not like the arms aren't displaying outward. Hopefully that's not gonna be an issue. We're just trying things. We're just cooking to see what happens. There we go, yeah. Because what I was doing is I was grabbing and then crouch, or trying crouch, and that was doing nothing, and I was big sad. That was exactly it, Fraxters. You're a freaking homie. Thank you, homie. That's what the doctor ordered. And if you've played this game before, I'm guessing you probably have, you probably will acknowledge, like, yeah, certain things about this game can be a little bit tricksy. Yeah, we're gonna roll with this and see how that goes, and then we're gonna jam these in their correct holes. which is to say this one goes to this leftmost one. And see what happens. And if we need to find a way to rotate things, that I'm not as sure about. So if I, like, control... Yeah. So you can do that till the cows come home. The question is, can you spin? Like, flipping is one thing. Flipping is one thing, but how, is there a way to spin? And I don't know the answer to that question. I don't remember that being in the prologue or in the instructions, but I guess we're about to find out if this is unacceptable. Oh, Fraxrus says it is required. Just go to the other side. Hold on. Have I not considered that? Hold on. Because in my mind, I was like, well, let's see if I do this. Like, well... Oh, I see what you mean. It's a 2-point kind of deal. Right, right. So we do actually have to do that kind of maneuver then. Oh, except I fucked up. That's fine. You're exactly right. So that would put this one... Oh, wait, no. I was right the first time. There we go. Yeah. See, you're exactly right. Oh, you're back. Yeah, they just pop back every so often, so it seems. Oh, they both came back. Wow. Ow, shit. You're still alive? Stop it. Jesus, he's healthy. The health go away. Oh, I needed that. Shit. Ah, shit. Alright, I need you to come over here. Shit. Try to grab him. I might just have to accept him going back to the spirit realm, because I don't think we can get enough kills. No, over here. Over here. Alright, I'm just gonna accept we don't have enough health. Just gonna go back to the spirit realm willingly. The suck. There we go. And jump up here. Zoop. And then try that again. Because, yeah, once you take a number of hits, it's like, well, I could kill him, but my Soul Reaver's out, and we're not getting any health on the regular. Then. Alright, back to business. So, yeah, thank you guys for pointing that out, because that was exactly the missing piece to the puzzle. I need to be thinking spatially. I need to be thinking with portals, man. Oop. Grab it. Yeah, we gotta cook with the other boxes. Can I just drop it? Actually... I can't, but I think what I can do is just grab... Yeah, really just this one. I should have thought about that beforehand. I was late to the party. Why did the Hobbit cross the road? Where could this be going? I'm curious to know where Chuck's going on this one, he says. Says, oh, there's an, got a Dave & Buster's promo, says Chuck. I could be convinced. Have an excuse of hanging out with the homies. I could be convinced. See, that might just do it, actually. Let's just give this the old pull and push and see if that's good enough. Yeah, the Dave & Buster's account, yeah. It's one thing to have a keeper of the credit card info, but it's nothing to have a keeper of the the Dave & Buster's account. Yeah, this might already be good. Yes, that one's already set. Other ones, let's see, that one needs to go over there. Do this one next. Because, yeah, getting that one locked in first is going to be key. For fairly obvious reasons. The same kind of deal there. Chunk. Then... Oh, wait, no. There we go. There we go. I think we got it. Gotta think spatially, just like we said. The power of geometry. Oh, still hacked it. Two more rotations. The rotation station. I think we're good now. To get to the other side of the box. I'll allow it. I'll allow it, Chuck. If it was anybody else, I'd be like, I don't know, but we'll give Chuck the pass on that one. And there we go. Has to like jam his clawsies in every time we want to do a push and or pull. You're back. As long as you get like, as long as you get the fucking drop on these guys, you get the first hit in and you keep the heat on them, you can blast the ass before they get your ass. But they're pretty healthy and pretty not nice. Pretty not nicey. So this one, oh yeah, they're just like dropping in from the ceiling. They're just respawning every so often, being a bunch of shitters. That does sound cool though, Aaron. Or that does sound cool though, Chuck. I would say, yeah, we should be available for a decent bit of next week. We actually could be available tomorrow. Of course, Sunday is Mother's Day, so both Gracie and I will be unavailable for most of Sunday. But we could do tomorrow. I know tomorrow's kind of on short notice. And there we go. The lighting's a little bit off. You mean in the game in general? Because, I mean, we're in the OG graphics. If I go to the remastered graphics, it's actually pretty same, honestly. Pretty samesies. Clunk, clunk. Oh, it just pops out in the one block. Yes, it really does. Which, I guess could mean that that's the wrong one, but I'm pretty sure that's the only one that really fits that category. I guess that one has it too. So really the only one that fits naturally is this one. Well, even then, it's not fully one-to-one. It's a little bit also off. So, the lighting being a little bit silly for some of them, I guess, is to be expected. Ka-chunk. And then... ka-chunk. And then... ka-chunk. Yeah. Little 3 movement dealio. The RE4 remake. Oh yeah, well that's the thing with the RE4 remake. They added a bunch of stuff. For better or for worse, the Resident Evil 4 remake really is a remake. They did the whole ass game from the ground up and did some things differently. It seems pretty cool. I mean, I love Resident Evil 4 original. I'll be the first to admit that's one of my favorite games ever. It's also my favorite Resident Evil game. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil game. It's also the only Resident Evil game that I've played. But it is my favorite, no less. Yeah, it's the only one that I've played, so of course it's my favorite. But yeah, the tidbits I've seen from RE4 Remake seem just really, really fucking solid. So, I hope to play it at some point. I'll get around to it eventually. But what I would rather do is play the Resident Evil games I've never played, like RE1 and 2. I'd want to go back to those. Play the originals. Probably play the remakes as well. But I want to do a Resident Evil history lesson at some point. It's an animation cell, right? You're watching old school Scooby-Doo, and you can see the lever they're about to press or pull, or the coffin that's about to open, well before it actually happens, which is a fun detail. Now, if I go back to the other entrance, we probably have other stuff available to us. Big fan of stuff happening. Code Veronica is absolutely on that list, Aaron. You're exactly right. Code Veronica absolutely being on the list, no question. And yeah, dude, that arcade machine was so fucking dope. We'll be able to see it again in July, baby. Be back at it again. Actually, I want the thing. Oh shit! I was gonna grab the goods. Gonna grab this thing so I could. Whoa! Did the game crash? The game crashed. Oh no! Oh no! That was so random. I've actually never had this game crash on me before. Oh no, and the downside is I don't think this game autosaves. The good news is we know what to do, but oh, that's kind of tragic, honestly. Damn, I'm legit surprised. Random ass crash. I was like, I had that moment where I was like, is it my computer? What is it? No, the game just straight up crashed. The game said, all right, Alex, you're going too fast. You're figuring the game out. He's learning. We gotta cap his ass. No fucking way. No fucking way. It's got too many modern sensibilities. I mean, I know people don't like the yellow gamer paint. I know people don't like some of the modern isms that we're starting to see with newer games, especially like newer entries into older series. So I understand that, yeah, there's things that might not be to everyone's cup of tea in the RE4 remake, but I'm not bothered by it. I don't see it necessarily as a sign that Capcom is doing wrong. Because, I mean, on the one hand, you could point out and say, like, well, Capcom should be investing those resources in doing new stuff. But to that, I say, Pragmata. Pragmata apparently is incredible. That's a Capcom game. Not only is it a new Capcom game, it's a brand new IP, which is pretty sick. So I'm just happy that we're getting both. We're getting, like, attention to the older stuff and a new way for, like, the younger generations to experience great games that we all remember, and new stuff. So you get the two-prong attack. We can have both. We can have that cake, the retro cake, and play the new games too. The original was designed around the fact you can't move and shoot. I'm guessing you probably can move and shoot in the new one. But that's why it's a remake, though. You know, they don't have to stick to that methodology if they don't want to. You know, a remake means you can kind of remake the rules. For better or for worse. It might not be to everyone's liking, but I don't see that as like any sort of major violation. You know, changing certain gameplay tenets necessarily. You know, and I guess that's where it gets tricky when it comes to remakes, because a remake inevitably is going to change, well, generally is going to change things in some ways. In some ways, that can be for the better. You know, some people might say, oh, I'm glad it changed this thing. Others might say, whoa, I don't like that it changed this thing. But that's the tricky thing, because when it comes to remakes, to a lesser degree remasters, but definitely remakes, if a game is too similar to the original, some folks might look at that and go, like, what's even the point? If it didn't change anything, if it's just a copy-paste, why even bother? Whereas if it changes too much, then, again, you know, you run the risk of alienating people, so it's a tricky balance to maintain. I got so excited, I just tried an Alt F4 just for funsies. No, I didn't do that. Imagine, though, imagine if I would have done that. It's a bummer, because, again, no autosaves, and I think, yeah, alright, here's the lesson. Lesson learned. There is a save game option in the pause menu. I should just save every so often, man. Oh, whoops. Gotta do this first. Amazon Worker Simulator, shoveling the cubes around, man. Yep. Brutal. Heckin' brutal. The good news is we know where to go, so I don't think it'll take very long to get caught back up. Rotating the cubes would be a little bit annoying, but we can handle it. Yeah, we really didn't... what did we accomplish in that time? Not a whole lot, so we didn't really lose much progression. It'd be one thing if we'd, like, beaten a boss or something, but only a little bit annoying. Rotate the cubes again, he says. Yeah, I'm really surprised. That was my first time having a crash with this game. Not that I've played this that much, but been very good to us up until now. Yeah, Pragmata's new. The writing's kind of bland. I think that's probably fair. I mean, I think a lot of folks probably don't play a game like Pragmata for a super engaging story. So I'm not surprised that, yeah, the story is not a huge aspect. It seems like the characters are pretty well liked. I feel like I've seen a lot of positive things about the dude, the dad, basically. I know he's not actually her dad, but, like, it's like Dad Babysitter Simulator, but sci-fi. Got the goods. Combat is pretty creative. The art's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks great, and I'm genuinely happy that it's had such a positive reaction. I think a lot of us... God damn it. I think a lot of us were like, well, we'll see. My fucking god. This fucker edgeguarding me is so lame, dude. So fucking lame. And, of course, the camera kind of doesn't really do you a lot of favors. I'm trying to chase his ass. Now, I know I can't... Oh, fuck. It's weird because he's still vulnerable. When you grab him, though, it seems like sometimes, yeah, you'll just auto-throw him. Even when he's still vulnerable. I'm holding the throw button to, like, hold it down. He'll eventually start wriggling. And then I toss. Oh, he'll break free. I just want to toss him in the water just to kill his ass. Oh! Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It seems like half the time when you first grab, it just kind of auto-tosses. Maybe I'm holding forward for too long. Maybe when I'm starting to grab him... When I'm starting to grab him, I should not hold forward. And just focus on just the grab. Let that animation finish before I try moving. There we go. Maybe that's the strat. And whoop! So it's not gonna be enough to heal fully. But it's the principle of the matter. That guy's mean. I don't like him. Oh my fucking god! Are you sick? Oh, okay. These guys love to respawn, don't they? God damn it. Alright, I just need to accept that we're going into the spirit realm on this one. Oop, that works too. So I can't kill these guys in the spirit realm, obviously. Guys, It's annoying that they immediately respawn. I figured they would respawn over time. I wouldn't expect them to respawn in like 2 minutes. Man, that was quick. The good news is I got the Soul Reaver. The bad news is this guy's going to continue edgeguarding. Punish. There we go. There we fucking go. Is this guy back at least? No, he's not. Thank goodness. Amazon Web Service US East. Oh my god. If that thing goes, we're all going down with it. US East 1 goes down. We're all hecked, man. If you add movement with shooting, it throws off the enemy design. Well, but that's the thing. You can just change the enemy design to fix it. I mean, I've not played RE4 Remake, so I guess I can't really comment on the particulars. But I don't see changing the control scheme and like the combat scheme as being too much of a deal breaker, personally. I think so long as if you're changing it so that you can move and shoot, like the movement and shooting is a little bit smoother in the remake. I don't see that as a bad thing so long as the enemy design and the level design kind of matches it. Fucker climbing around. Look at this fucking guy. Wanna come down and fight me, bro? I didn't even know they could do this. Look at this guy. What are you even doing here, bro? What the hell? I mean, I want to kill him, but he's also just kind of hanging out, so I guess maybe we can establish a truce. A gentleman's agreement. So yeah, so like I said, I can't really comment on the particulars too much just because all I can say about RE4 Remake is just based on what I've seen and just kind of the general conjecture. But I wouldn't necessarily discredit anything automatically based on certain things being changed in a way that is maybe not to my liking. It just comes down to, personal preference, really. Oh, I see my connection is starting to be a little silly, so I'm either having the game crashing or my internet being weird. There we go. Gotta save every so often like it's a Bethesda game. Certainly whenever we, kill a boss or that kind of thing. Any sort of thing that's, substantial, we'll need to save. But yeah, by this point, we've not really done anything. We've not really accomplished anything. I think pulling the switches probably is save-worthy, so I will do it for those instances. Fucking hell. Hey, look, I do like this guy just kind of hanging out. Frustrating how rounded those edges are for making these platform jumps. When I say edge guarding, it's what comes to mind, man. It's what comes to mind. These fuckers just hanging out on that point that makes it really hard to deal with. Endlessly frustrating. He says if you mess with one element, it throws things off. Well, I guess that's where I disagree, because I think if you mess with... Well, I guess it comes down to... maybe that's the ultimate question. What is the one element in a game that is, that cannot be touched? And that is, of course, a subjective question. The question of being able to move and shoot versus being locked in place when you're shooting in Resident Evil 4. Is that something that cannot be touched and is a cardinal sin to mess with? Or can that be bent at all? To me, that's bendable. To me, that's bendable. When I think of RE4, what is the thing that makes RE4 sing? It is many things. It is the camera over the shoulder. It is the quippy, goofy energy of Leon being a goober. There's a satisfying and I think very fair way the game balances its combat. I think moving and shooting versus being locked in place and shooting, I think that's a thing that is not a deal breaker for me. I can go either way with that, so long as whichever way they choose, it's done well and it's done in a way that feels, like it honors the game. I think that function should be in service of the game. I don't think that the game should be in service of that function. And I see that's not a thing the game necessarily has to be completely based around. That being said, if they would have made it where it's if they were to make it where I know there is a first-person mode, but if they were going to say we're going to make the game entirely a first-person shooter, or if they were going to make it so that we're going to give it an RPG element, I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing here, then I could maybe kind of see things being a step too far. Also, that was a raid from Ilyon. What's up, buddy? we're playing some Soul Reaver action. This is the first game. It's the remastered version.
Once a testament to mankind's defiance of Kain's empire.
We also just had the game crash on us, so we're getting back into it.
Derelict.
Lost a bunch of progress, but I'm only a little salty.
Dead for centuries. Its architects conceived this tower as a holy weapon against the vampire menace, a colossal instrument of brass and stone. The cathedral's pipes, once tuned to blast a deadly hymn, now stood silent, and these vacant spaces whistled their impotence.
Cool voice acting, by the way. So yeah, we just had the game crash. This is the remastered version, and time to save. Yep, time to save. Every so often, just save. Yep. Actually, here, I'm gonna save on a separate slot. Did it do it? Yeah, it did. Cool. Minimal amounts of progress. We were doing good, and then the game randomly crashed. This is the remastered version, hence why the visuals look pretty darn good, I think. I think it looks, for a 2001 game, the remastered version looks, I think, pretty alright. But if you want to see the OG, you think this looks kind of scrungy? Bam. That's the Soul Reaver a lot of us remember. And you can just toggle back and forth at will. It's pretty slick, actually. So even though I'm a sick-ass doofus who's never played any of the Legacy of Kain games before I started this one about a year or so ago. I started this one about a year or so ago, but now we're getting back into it, so I'm kind of picking it back up after letting it languish for a bit. But I'm having a good time. I'm playing it for the first time. I have much to learn, but I'm vibing and we're having a good old time. I can't explain why the game crashed. It was we were fighting some dudes and the game just randomly popped out. And it was unexpected, unfortunately. But the good news is we didn't lose that much progress. I've been streaming for like 2 hours, and this is one of those games where it's pretty easy, I think at least, to get a little bit lost, to get a little bit turned around, and feel a little bit aimless, where it's like, oh shit, where do I go next? How do I reach this one platform? How do I get to this one thing? So even though I'd been playing a lot and I've been exploring, we hadn't really accomplished a whole lot in that time. But yes, the lesson to be learned is if you pause, there's a save game option right there. I just gotta save the game more often. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Egg on my face, etc., etc. Ilyan, thank you for that raid. I see you're playing a retro game. Now, what were you playing the other day when I raided you? You were playing a retro game. And I'll confess, I can't remember which one it was. But I know you've been on a retro kick as of late. We got Toonhead. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I love the Switch, and I love how seamless it is. You don't have to, like, pause, go into an option menu. It is F1. F1 on the keyboard. Pops it right back and forth. And I don't really have an opinion on which one I like more. I just kind of toggle back and forth every so often. But I do think the remastered visuals are pretty good. I think they did a pretty good job. Aspire Media is the developer that handled the remaster. And I think Aspire Media has a bit of a mixed track record generally when it comes to how they handle some of their remasters and their collections. I think overall they've done a good job, but it is unfortunate we had that one crash earlier, and it did kind of bum me out. It's like, oh, come on, bro, what the hell? But that notwithstanding, other than that one crash we had earlier, we've done all right. And I think I've played this game for probably a total of like 5 or 6 hours. So, I mean, you know, one crash, 5 or 6 hours, not great. It's not great, but it could be worse. Could be worse. I got to phase through here, go into the spirit realm. In this game, you have the physical realm and the spirit realm. And in the spirit realm, you can transcend through the bars. You can phase through bars. Not all walls, but you can phase through the bars. And you can't just go back to the physical realm willy-nilly. But if you go to one of these conduits, then you can do it. Hey! I know, you're hilarious, Alex. Gotta fight some bad guys, though. And because we have the titular Soul Reaver, we can fucking blast their asses. Ow. But unfortunately, I took a hit, so now I lost the Soul Reaver. But... oh, no, not up there. I did the thing where I tried moving, so my guy started yoinking. Okay, so... there's spikies over there. Heck. So, these dudes are vampires. You can't just, like, kill them normally. You have to impale them on the spikies. Like that. And then you have to suck. There we go. Give me their soul. Because we're a Soul Reaver, you must, well, you know, reave their souls, I guess. This fucker is gonna be a dingus. Heck. There we go. Grab it. And yoink. Eh. Not quite. It's a little bit wonky. Be good enough, because now I can, like, toss him from a more advantageous angle. The downside, though, is that when you are a Soul Reaver, and you're in the physical realm, you don't just have... You can't just be vibing. You can't just be hanging out. You do have... Is he dead? Yes, he is dead. You can't just be hanging out in the physical realm. No problemo. You lose health over time. And, of course, we lost quite a bit of health in that fight. And, in fact, I don't have enough to persist. So, because I don't have the Soul Reaver out, we're going to slowly lose health over time. We must frequently feed. We must frequently feed on killing bad guys and devouring their souls. Because that's what a Soul Reaver does. They eat souls. We're not a vampire. We used to be a vampire. In the game's lore, we used to be a vampire, but now we're a Soul Reaver. And we have a puzzle, a cube puzzle. This is around the time where the game crashed earlier. Yeah, so that's the trick. You can't grab it and then crouch. You have to crouch and then grab. That's how you do it. We gotta do some cube rotations. There we go. Some cubic rotations. It's a good old time. By the way, Ilyan, if you have any clips you want to share, I should have said that earlier, but whenever somebody raids, and Ilyan, you've been so good to me, man. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Herp derp. You've been really good to us, man. If there's any clips you want to share, Ilyan, I'm super down. Super down to clown. Ilyan is a fellow roguelike enjoyer and a fellow retro game enjoyer doing some DOS games. Very nice. Oh, whoops. I think I chose poorly. Oh, no, we got it. There we go. Yeah, doing like old school DOS games. I think that's what you were doing the other night. You were doing some kind of like DOS game I never heard of. Oh, we need at least one of these guys though. You know, actually, I know exactly what to do. I'm gonna do one of these guys. Do one little flip. Like that. Gonna just yoink this temporarily. I'm just gonna borrow this fella. The Extreme Paint Brawl soundtrack. Alright, you have my attention. Ilyan, you have my attention. I'm curious to see where you're going. He's cooking. Man's just cooking. Get this thing over here. There we go. Chunk. And then... Oh, you're back. I can kill this dude. It's a lot harder to kill dudes when you don't have the Soul Reaver. The Reaver of Souls. Suck. Or I'm gonna give you the suck. But if you can get your health back to full... the Soul Reaver returns to you, and if you have the Soul Reaver out, the sword, it's able to sustain you, so you don't lose health over time. But if you take any damage at all, the Soul Reaver goes away, and then you slowly lose health over time. And when you die in the physical realm, you just go back to the spirit realm. It's not a huge issue. Not a huge issue. And it's fairly easy, at least in this area, to get like kind of situated with where you want to be, get your health restored back, go back to the physical realm, and jump back into it. It's just a slight inconvenience. This fucker. Guys are just raining down from the ceiling, respawning like it's going out of style. And bop 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 bop. Eh. I shall do the suck. Playing some DOS games, baby. Yeah, I'm curious to know like which games got the top marks. I know he said he was ranking them. There we go. Oh, Frax Veins is a good point. I probably could have just done the bloop, the flip directly versus doing that like 2-point flippy dippy I did just now. So I probably could have saved myself a little bit of time there. That's a fair point. The fair point to consider. I bet. I mean, when it comes to old games like this. I've not watched any of them, but I know that games like this do get speedrunned. So, I'm sure like the speedrunners have found all sorts of ways to like efficientify these things. Because this obviously is a bit of a time-consuming puzzle. But I'm sure there's like a minimum number of movements that those who know what they're doing can utilize to quickly knock this thing out. 400 on the website. Ilyan, can you link your site? I would love to see what you got. That sounds really freaking cool, man. Even though I haven't played a ton of DOS games over the years, I am a retro enjoyer. So I do appreciate that. Did you ever play this one, by the way? Did you ever play any of the Legacy of Kain games? I think Legacy of Kain original, which is to say Legacy of Kain, I think Blood Omen, where you actually played as Kain and saw his origin story. I think that might have been... Was that a DOS game? I guess I don't know if it was DOS specifically, but that's an old one for sure. Oh, it's a NeoCities? Dude, that's incredible, man. That's incredible. Oh. Right, now we save. Now we save. Actually, no, don't overwrite. We stagger the saves. That's what you do. Stagger the saves. There, stagger the saves. And then also, Ilyan had a request. He says, in lieu of watching a clip, we're going to do a couple things. He says, check out that Extreme Paint Brawl soundtrack. I got you. And we're going to check out his website. So Ilyan is a streamer extraordinaire, a variety streamer extraordinaire. He's a cool dude. He hangs out here from time to time, raids us all the damn time. Cool heckin' guy. Is an enjoyer of roguelikes and indie games, and also big games like triple and double A games, and also clearly a retro fiend, and also a retro game documenteur, but also a paint brawl, paint brawl soundtrack enthusiast. Soundtrack. I don't know if you have a preference on which song. There might not be a ton. There might not be a ton of them. There's 6 of them. Not too bad, not too bad. Whoa! Jesus. Was not expecting it to get fucking hardcore. That's incredible. And then also, here's the list. The website of not Disorder, of Decider. Decider? I see what you did there. It is Windows, yeah. Yeah, I think it was when I can't remember if it was DOS. Well, yeah, if it was Windows, it would have been after DOS. It might have been like Windows 3.1. Well, I don't know, maybe not. What is this synth player doing? Synth guy just fucking overdosed on coke and is shitting all over the keyboard melodically. He's just going. Here are the keys. He's just going. But I kind of love it. The rest of the band is trying to hold together. They're like, what's Key Guy doing? Is he doing okay? Is Key Guy fucking like methed out of his mind? So he said track 6 is the most interesting. That was already pretty interesting. We'll listen to 2, but then we'll jump to 6 in a bit. Yeah, MechWarrior 8 on here, dude. Oh, okay, it's ranking to say which one's the best one. Doom number 4. Now, Day of the Tentacle. Never played it, but I know that's a good one. Full Throttle. Actually, I don't think I know Star Control. Surprised that's better than Doom and Full Throttle and Day of the Tentacle. Some XCOM, dude. NetHack, dude. I didn't realize NetHack was a DOS game. MechWarrior 2, classic. I love MechWarrior 3. That's my favorite. MechWarrior 3 is my favorite by an enormous margin, but good stuff. There's System Shock. We're just talking about System Shock. Old School Civ. Dark Forces, my beloved. Dark Forces, a streamer after my own hearts. Who invited Steve Vai on this track? Holy moly, not that I'm complaining. No disrespect to Master Vibe. Oh, MechWarrior 2, Mercenaries versus the base game. Interesting. I don't know if Aaron is listening in, but Aaron, you might be vibing with this. Was not expecting fucking John Petrucci to pop on. What the hell? All right, let's hear 6. Oh my god. Is this Braun Bumblefoot Thal? Who else does it remind me of? I don't know, Looney Tunes? And also Steve Vai. Steve Vai would have a fucking chicken cawing at the start. Yeah, it's either Ron Bumblefoot or Steve Vai. That's the energy. Oh my god, Heretic. Dude, I love Heretic. Holy shit. Good shit, man. Dune Games, Tex Murphy. Dungeon Keeper. Man, I didn't realize some of these were on DOS. I knew Warcraft 2 was. Descent, dude, Descent. Good shit, man. Dungeon Crawl. I know the name. Oh, yeah. I know that one. I know Dungeon Crawl. Yeah, yeah. Or XCOM. I love seeing this. Got some Doom 2. You know, honestly, Ilion, I respect you saying Doom is better than Doom 2. That's a controversial opinion that I wholeheartedly agree with. Wholeheartedly agree with. Level design in Doom 2, not as strong. Not as strong in my opinion. Some Commander Kain. Gary in 2000, man. MDK. Damn, I didn't know MDK was DOS. Jesus. I had no fucking clue. I knew it was Windows, at least, but I guess it was also on DOS. There's Duke Nukem. Man, this is impressive. This is impressive, Ilion. All right, what's the worst? What's the bottom? Oh, Police Quest 4? Maybe it's not the worst, but... the bottom of this list, at least. Mr. Pibb, the 3D interactive game. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm trying to read this list, but this fucking soundtrack is sending me into space. Incredible. And goddamn credible. Yeah, Heroes, yeah, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, yeah. Star Control 2. Super good, he says. Good sci-fi. Oh, Mass Effect, gotcha, okay. Tomb Raider Gold. Interesting, Tomb Raider Gold, which is to say that, I guess, the DOS port of Tomb Raider 1, right? Okay, so this is... so, yeah, the things here are bad, are the worst. I'm surprised, because I know Police Quest is considered to be a good series. But I guess I don't know shit about Police Quest 4 specifically. It must be pretty rough. You're telling me that's worse than the Taco Bell Tasty Temple Challenge and Murder! Exclamation point? There's a lot on here that I don't recognize. I mean, I, of course, know what the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is. I'm not aware of the Trivia Challenge. Man, this is an incredible work that you've documented, Elion. I can appreciate a dedicated document. Man is dedicated, and I love it. 1993, Triss. Something I definitely recognize. Others I don't recognize as much. There's Old School Police Quest. Not as down the line, but also not as... highly regarded, necessarily. Interesting stuff, man. Ilion, thank you for sharing them with us, man. I love this. I love seeing this kind of thing. Phantasmagoria. Now we're getting to stuff I recognize. Seventh Guest. Yeah. Those are hard games to play, man. Those have not aged perfectly. Check out the Discord. We got the YouTube playlist. Ilion's a fucking stud, man. What a cool dude. Got him all in the tubes, man. And I like how you point out episode 91, episode 70, episode 8. You list out which one, each time you check out one of these things. Incredible. This is a very impressive list, and it is worth appreciating. A DOS Game Fiend. Oh, where's Rayman? Dude, I have opinions on Rayman. Holy shit. 97. A little bit high, don't you think? Nah, I'm just kidding. Rayman's a weird one, man. That's a tough-ass game, and fuck my ass is it a hard and fucking unkind game. That is an unkind to the player game. Of course, the remaster gives you save states, and the what is it? There's a fan project to add better quality of life settings to Rayman. We're talking original Rayman, Rayman 1. There are things to make the game less unkind and to like give you better controls and like just kind of clean the game up a little bit. I can't remember what it's called, like Rayman Redemption or Rayman Reborn or something like that. But man, just the original out-of-the-box version of Rayman is a game that kind of doesn't want to be played. It's very pretty. It's got a cool soundtrack. It's gorgeous, and it's got cool design. And it's cool. It's a fun game to like to play around with, but man, I can't imagine beating it. That game is fucking brutal. Police Quest 4, Daryl Gates. Put him on the cover. Oh, I didn't know that, Ilion. Oh, no. Oh, my fucking God. That's brutal. No wonder, Ilion. No wonder. That is impressive. So it truly is the fucking worst. I had heard of none of this before. That is fucking wild, Ilion. It somehow, like, hurts badly in all levels. At all levels. Man. I think I'm inclined to agree with you, Ilion. I think it belongs in the goddamn garbage. Goddamn garbage. Man, oh man. If it was too racist for that guy, that's how you know it's something. Whew. Spicy. I'm not one to say this often, but I'm gonna have to hit that game with the angry video game nerd, what were they thinking? Reaction, because what were they fucking thinking? My fucking god. Anyway, oh yeah, thank you again for that raid. Thank you for sharing this document project that you're working on. I respect it, man. I respect the grind, and I love the tier listing. And I also appreciate that you respect the fact that that Doom 2 is an inferior game to Doom 1. I don't mean that like fully, maybe a little bit. I mean, Doom 2 is cool, and I mean, it has more monsters, has more guns. Like, it's Doom but more. My problem with Doom 2 is that the level design kind of suffers, I think. Like, there's more levels where it's like, there's a bunch of bad guys, instead of being like I don't know, like things that make you think. You know, levels that are like, I don't know, that are like have a point to them, instead of just being like, look at all the dudes. Just big open levels with a bunch of baddies. I mean, obviously not all levels in Doom 2 are like that, very obviously, but it makes me sad because Doom 1 did so much with so little, relatively speaking, at least. Fuck hell, why is he bouncing off that thing? We just gotta fight both these guys. No, lock onto him. Lock onto him. There we go. Can I just kill one? I know I can't kill both. Fuck, it keeps it's looking like it's gonna get latched on. It's just not doing it. Ooh. Yeah, not happening. Back to the spirit realm we go. Annoying. I hate to say it, but the combat in this game sometimes gets in the way of the fun. Sometimes it's like, it's just got like a chore. I guess in all fairness, I want to go to the spirit realm anyway just to leave. So I guess there is that, but yeah, there's times where it's like the combat kind of gets in the way. It's like, can I just disable combat? I don't know if I'd missed too much about this game if the combat just wasn't there. I think I need that as well. Loop, back to the physical realm. Because yeah, for me, the enjoyment factor of this game is more pronounced with like the vibes and the exploration and the story and the cool voice acting. Combat just kind of pushes things along, but doesn't really add much. I don't know if I would be too sad if it was just removed from the game entirely. Yeah, that's a questionable hiring decision, Ilion. Yeah, Doom 1 had better design. I mean, I've had to defend my case before. I mean, no one's been like, you're full of shit, Alex, but I've had to defend my case before against people who thought I was full of shit. So I think Doom 2 is probably a more fondly remembered game. And of course, a lot of Doom mods and Doom custom WODs are based on Doom 2 instead of Doom 1. So Doom 2, you know, brings more to the table mechanically speaking, obviously. And, you know, it was the last Doom game we had for a long time before Doom 3 came around. Well, as far as like mainline entries go. So I think as a result, it's kind of like where oh, I forgot it was where I was going for a second there. It's where a lot of like the focus is. So, and I'm not trying to say those people are full of shit or like, oh, they just have the rose-colored glasses. It's just, you know, it's a game that's important to a lot of people. So it's like I always try to say, it's like, I'm not saying it's a worse game. I mean, I think it is, but I'm not saying it's like a bad game. It's just, I think Doom 1 had more going on. And blam! And blast! Like I said, we're just switching back and forth to the remastered visuals compared to the original ever so often. But I was saying earlier how I appreciate the remastered visuals do some things differently. Look, what's up with that standing animation where his hands like flopping around? That was weird. Like, is there an interaction here? Like, is there something I can do? Yeah, weird how like sometimes if I stand in a certain position here, he's doing like, well. I wonder why he's doing that. Maybe it thinks it's like a platform or something like that. Because if I stand normally, he's just chilling. But anyway, no, I appreciate that. Because, like, look at this guy here. This dead guy. If I switch back, his, like, mouth has been eaten away. His lips are gone. His nose is missing. Or at least been, like, gnawed upon. Here, the nose is, like, more of a, like, a concave shape. But his jaw and his mouth are just... It's a different shape, but, like, there's different details. I don't know. I kind of like when that happens. There's, like, some new stuff thrown in for good measure. Anyway. Moving on, baby. Moving on. I think this is the point where the game crashed last time, so I'm definitely going to be a good boy and save every so often, including now. Enter. Now, one thing I'm unsure about is in the bottom left. Oh, I think that means it's like a health piece, basically, in the bottom left. It's like a heart piece. How many heart pieces have we gained to extendo majigo our health bars, basically? Yeah, Dungeon Crawl, that's right. Yeah, I never actually played it, but I know of it. This game looks kind of Sands of Time-y. Sands of Time, I don't think this is a controversial opinion. I think Sands of Time has much better combat. I think Sands of Time is much, much better combat. And of course, Sands of Time is you know, obviously came out much later. This is a PS1 game. But, I mean, it's the same kind of idea. There's, like, it's a 3D action platformer with some puzzle elements. So they have that in common for sure. One thing I'm unsure about is when I stepped on that switch, what did it do? What did that switch do? I'm gonna, like, sniff around and see if I can find anything cool. It maybe opened something down there. No, it didn't. I'm full of shit. What I might want to do, actually, is maybe go back up and see if that activated something else in the puzzle room. Like the cube room? Let's try that. Let's try the cube room again, actually. Yeah, there we go. That's what I wanted to show earlier, where if you are holding a weapon and you go to the spirit realm, the weapon will just freeze midair. Yeah, it's still a good game. Exactly. Exactly. There we go. Sands of Time was 2 or 3 years later. Actually, you're probably right. Yeah, probably like, yeah, 04, 05. That would make sense. So not that much later. But still, it was the fact that it was a GameCube and PS2 game definitely had the leg up in as far as the competition goes. A more full experience, without question. But of course, what Sands of Time did not have was like the cool vibe that this game has. I mean, Sands of Time, I think, is a very good game, and I think it had a cool presentation. I think it did a great job. But this game definitely has got like the style points for sure. Got the points for style, no question. Now I wonder, I can't remember if I actually stepped on this thing. Okay, so you have to step on them both to open this thing up. Okay, so there wasn't anything else I had to do in the cube areas. Let's just jump down and see what's down here. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. So you can glide and it's going to lift you up with the air. Like an air updraft. That's kind of cool. It's going to give us an upskirt. Very sexy. Yeah, Fex is exactly right. You have to step on the platform to activate it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. In those couple of years, even though it's only a couple of years, it took a couple of years for things to get refined. It's an interesting case study in how, in a very small amount of time, things were leaping forward so enormously. The difference between a game coming out in 2000 or 2001 versus 2004 or 2005 is kind of an enormous gulf in, like, quality and just general presentation. Fidelity. Pretty impressive stuff. I suspect we might have a boss battle coming in hot pretty soon. Okay, the original was 99. Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little bit better than about the difference. I think 2 was 2001. I think Soul Reaver 2 was 2001. And I think Soul Reaver 2... I guess that would have had to have been late PS1, I think. I don't think that would have been PS2. I think Defiance was PS2. Got a couple options. And grab it? Nope. Can I blast it with the Soul Reaver? No, I cannot. Right. God of War, Devil May Cry. Of course, those are like spectacle fighters. Those I don't think have as much of a puzzle focus as a game like this would, or Prince of Persia. I mean, I think they had puzzles, but I see those as being a little bit more on like the focus on the action. Boing. Gonna guess there's probably some kind of interaction we'll have to do here. There's no use option. Yeah. Action button, yeah. Forgot you can go into first-person mode. Got that Cthulhu vibe, yeah. It's got the edgy, gothy, edgy teenager kind of vibe going on. As of course the Devil May Cry, but Devil May Cry, to me, gives Hot Topic energy. This series, this game at 1 and 2, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, give me listening to either Marilyn Manson or White Zombie and writing poetry at the graveyard energy. That's how I would describe. That's how I would differentiate them. One of them is going to Hot Topic and hanging out at the mall. Which is to say, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry is going to the mall, going to Hot Topic, and going to the food court with the homies. This game is going to like a KDFM, I think is the name of the band, concert, and with like your friend who like gets you in at like, it's like an 18+ show, but your friend gets you in, and you're at the bar the whole time. Oh, new enemy. You're at the bar the whole show, and then afterwards you like go back to the homie's place and you drink Rolling Rock. That's what comes to mind. KMFDM, thank you. Yeah, I was like, what's the name of that band? You knew what I was going for. And I say none of this disparagingly. I think the vibe is immaculate. I love the vibes. Never seen these guys before, but we'll kill them all the same and eat their souls. Breathe their souls, maybe. Alright, so I gotta go Spirit Realm to venture through here. We'll check that in a second here. I like to explore all possibilities before we commit to anything, because that is a commitment. No, I'm not trying to say that like either of those two things are bad. The Marilyn Manson writing poetry in the graveyard energy versus the Hot Topic thing. I'm not trying to say one's bad and one's not. I'm just saying there's a difference between the two, and I'm loving both of them. Enjoy both wholeheartedly with all of my holes and all of my heart. Just comes back to where we went. I was looking to see if there's like a different platform in this open area. I don't think there is. I know we can pick up the jars and throw them at bad guys. The vases. You can also pick up the torches, I think. Alright, so there's a switch on the wall. There's also this door here. Shmove that thing. Moves it on a track. Can I move it back? Oh, I think it's toggling it. So instead of moving it, basically, or opening it, it's toggling it back and forth. We'll keep it in that state. I might even go back and see what's there in a moment, but first I'll check the store. You can remove the torches, I think. Developers figuring out 3D combat. Yeah, absolutely. Because it was still a fairly new concept. You know, or rather, maybe not a new concept, but it was something that was still being refined. Mario 64 came out, changed the game for a lot of developers, and some of them did pretty alright. We got Crash Bandicoot, we get Spyro. Some not so much. We got Bubsy 3D. They weren't all bangers. You get Earthworm Jim 3D. You know, some of them were not the perfectest. But yeah, as time went on, things started to get figured out. And at least with this game, okay, same kind of idea. Ooh, I see more pushing blocks. At least with this game, you know, you're getting some genuine like new ideas and new ways to present a 3D platformer. Because, you know, up to this point, you think a 3D platformer, you think a 3D action game, you think Mario, you think Crash Bandicoots, fucking, I don't know, Gex and Spyro, versus something dark and gritty and all gothy and shit like that. Not probably a lot of that to go around, so I bet this really did scratch a particular itch for a lot of gamers back in those days. Let's see, I think that sliding block was, I think it was one area further out, and I think we confirmed this door has the cultist fellers. Yeah, they looks like they do come back around. They do respawn, even though I'm cleansing their souls with my tum-tums. Go back this way and see what that sliding block opened up for us. FPS, we get more vaulting and sliding. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, of course, you know, it comes to like old school FPSs like Doom and Wolfenstein. It was a little bit more limited, but with Quake opened up that floodgate, those floodgates very generously and very enthusiastically. Oh, didn't open this one. Maybe there's another one then. Okay. Well, in that case, I will go ahead and Spirit Realm my ass. Unless it's on a timer, but I feel like we would have gotten some indication that there was a limited timer on that one. Open the door and try this other one here. Phase through the gates. In fact, I'm not gonna bother fighting these guys. I'm just gonna go. See you later. This guy looks at me and I just disappeared before his very eyes. Before his very ass. Just slurp myself. Give myself the suck. These guys are a lot easier to kill. For one thing, they're real easy to kill. They're not very strong. And what's kind of fun too is if you hit them once, they'll start running away from you. So it's like, well, damn, now I kind of feel bad. But not really. I actually don't feel bad. Can I unspirit myself? Yes, I can. More sliding block puzzles. Everyone's favorite. Oh shit! I turned away for a moment, and these fuckers decided to appear. Ooh, but I have a toy with which to moide. Oh, what the heck? Thought I grabbed it. Give me. Give. Oh, it's because he interrupted me. It's like a fucking lead pipe. Suck. I want to suck. I want to suck. Okay, I think I got him. Yep, he's dead. Get this. There we go. This I can execute pretty reliably with this thing. Lost a lot of health though, so we're probably destined for the spirit realm pretty soon here. See what kind of puzzle sliding this I can do before I'm yoinked back. Actually. I can yank all of them, but I need to... Oh, I see what we can do here. Okay, let's just push them down one at a time. One after the other. It really looks like a lead pipe, but a very long, elongated lead pipe, in which you can thrust onto the wall. Whoops. And we're grabbing onto an invisible, a nothing hole. Now the question is, do I want all these? Or do we want any of them elevated? I think we want all of them knocked down. So I'll go ahead and knock them all down. Question is, which hole do we jam it in? And you gotta be careful about which hole you stick it in. Wise words that can be very helpful for all of us in life. So I'm guessing... Yeah, so we want, like, the holes to line up, and we want the openings to line up as well. So this one does not have... This one has a two-side thing going on here. Oh, a two-hole situation. One in the front, one in the back. Just like me, for real, for real. Guy. So I'm gonna say... This one should work. Oh, but what about the ceiling? That one's good, that one's good. Yeah, let's be mindful of the ceilings, because the ceilings could have holes. Nothing in the ceilings or the floors. That does simplify things. I think it's safe then. Go ahead and stick this one in. I'm gonna stick it in. You'll know when it's there. Of course, this game may or may not give you confirmation when you've stuck it in correctly. Be mindful of these things. We will need to do a rotation station of this guy. You fucker. Oh, maybe I should have. I was gonna say, I want this. And kapow! If we kill enough dudes quickly enough, we might be able to slowly gain more health than we've lost. Meantime, bam. Do a little rotation station. Oh, wrong button. Chunk. Yo, what's up, Meerkat? Last time I was in the wrong hole, I got the sass. It's good to see you, buddy. Ow. So much for gaining more health than I'm losing. Chunk. Be the juice. I want the juice. So that one should be acceptable for this one. Stick it right in. Yeah. Grace and I were playing Cards Against Humanity with some friends not too long ago, and somebody drew the card pooping back and forth forever. Pooping back and forth forever. They were like, what even is that? Like, what does that mean? And I had to be the lucky or unlucky one to describe to the mechanics of pooping back and forth and forever. And I was like, well, listen, what you do is you get two butts, you line them up, get the holes lined up. So like there's like well, I mean honestly kind of like this. You get the holes lined up, and you know the poop goes from one butt to the other, and just it's like ping pong. And I think they were grateful for the explanation. I think they were also bothered. But I was like, listen, I mean, don't ask questions for things that you may or may not be prepared to hear, to learn about. This is how it goes, man. This is how it goes. Do not uncork this genie in the bottle if you're not ready for the repercussions, my dude. I'm a little bit concerned because we need a twofer. We need a 2 and 2 right there. And we need a 3 for here. This is a twofer, but only in the 2 corners so far as I can tell. There's a 1 for. I'm a little bit concerned there's something I've missed. Oh. I just killed that guy with a block and I got an achievement for it by complete accident. Motherfucker just like appeared in front of me. I probably didn't even need to eat his soul because his body's like encased. If there's something else I've missed. Oh, or if there's a hole, if there's a block I can yank out of the wall somewhere. Is there still this one here? Look what this one's got. Maybe that'll answer more questions. Man-made ideas. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Grab this. Nope, I want this. Yoink. And kapow. And the suck. This is a twofer. Nice and simple like. That 3-fer has me consoined. Part's nice and easy. And go ahead and slap it in there. Pretty confident that should work. But I am a little bit concerned. Is there anything here that I've not considered? I was gonna kind of like look to see what these are. So for instance, is there anything I'm missing here? Oh, here we go. So this one's actually a 3-fer. So I had indeed misunderstood the assignment. So I'm going to... I need to rotate. And I think one more. I think that'll do it. Almost. Oh, I see it. I see where I went astray. I seen it. So this is the answer to that hole. This is the answer to that cubic hole. What are we trying to accomplish? So we're trying to line up the holes. And we have to be mindful of like how many holes we talk and under what orientation. At least I'm pretty sure that's what we're going. Oh, and I think I've found the missing piece. There was a missing piece to the puzzle. These goddamn respawning broskies. Stop being weird. They're being cringe. Hence the whole lining up the buttholes comment. The lining up the buttholes lore. So we need to... I think if I just do one of these. Bloop. I think that should do it. Yeah. And I'm assuming the idea is that... Oh! So when they lock in place like that, that's a good sign. That means you've got those two figured out. We're hearing a humdrum. Hearing a soothing drum, like hum of some kind of machinery popping off. Kill. Not even a sharp lead pipe. We're just fucking jamming that thing in, man. And then, oh, not quite. I think one more. One more and we are Gucci. Not in the coochie. I'm a dirty liar. Dang ass. Dirty liar. Then one more. Is that good? I think that's good. 1, 2, 3. Easy as ABC. Take a drink every time he says hole. Listen, I have a reputation to keep prominently in the gutter. If I'm not being a vulgar piece of shit, people will immediately start unfollowing and unsubscribing and deleting their Windows operating systems and throwing their computers away and pissing and shitting and coming. All those things will come to pass. So one of those 4 things has been accomplished. So I think I understand when I feel like I'd seen comments about this game that says, hey man, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 are good video games, especially if you love sliding some blocks around. If you're a sliding block enthusiast, man, oh man, do I have the game for you. And I didn't truly appreciate nor understand the depths, the perils of what that entailed, but I think I'm starting to understand. I'm beginning to understand exactly what they getting at. What they were getting at. I'm hoping I can beat this level tonight. Getting a decent bit late, but we'll see what little something we can pull off, though. We can at least do this next part. I'm just hoping we can do we can like rotate the fellas. Rotate that that like stone slab thing and get to the other half. The sliding block puzzles makes you think of Zelda. The thing I'll say about Zelda is I do appreciate that typically, it seems, most Zelda games mix it up from time to time. You know, you'll have a dungeon themed around one particular item or one particular, like, puzzle function. Like, functionality. I think, though, based on what I've heard about this game, is that this game really loves its sliding block puzzles. And I don't know, again, I think I'm only starting to kind of understand the depths of that. But I think, you know, you could say it's a criticism, it's a critique. But for better or for worse, it is the vibe, or one of the vibes. Slide them blocky boys. That's right, that's right. Alright, so we need, yeah, nothing on the ceilings, nothing on the floors. Everybody do the dinosaur. Alright, so I think we kind of see what's going on. Got a twofer right here. But that's just the thing. We don't really want a lot of twofers, if any. I think we want... I mean, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter, but I'm going to assume that we're better off. Oh, you know what? This one has to be a corner. Or maybe not a corner, but yeah. You know what? Yeah. I think I see this one, yeah. I think that's where this one needs to go. Just a twofer. Just a tube. A tube. Gotta do one of these. These. And jam it in. Just stick it in, bro. And you can even do the camera. Ooh, look at that. Little tunnel. Made the glory hole. Made the hexagonular glory hole. I'm gonna assume that this one doesn't need any flippings. I mean, you know what? Actually, I'll go and do it because it's safe to do so. Yeah, we don't risk any harm by putting this in a weird configuration by doing it otherwise. Locks it in when you... I appreciate that it locks it in for you and says, alright, you got the confirmation. Games like this don't always tell you, hey, you did a good job. That was, like, the correct step. Sometimes they're like, fucking figure it out, nerd. I appreciate they give you a little confirmation. At least when you get 2 together. So this one is a corner piece. So yeah, the idea is you have to, I think, you make a connection, basically. So what I'm finna do is this, and just assume that this corner will be sufficient. Tried to make fuck on me, but I made fuck on him. I love when I actually killed that dude with a block. That made me very happy. Ow! Their little bite is very quick, and I wish that it wasn't. Oh, heck! I thought I had him on the drop, which means I do not get the Soul Reaver back, so I gotta get good. But anywhoomst, I think this corner piece will be sufficient. Will I play all of them? My hope is to play this one and beat this one, as well as Soul Reaver 2, within the next, like, week or two. That's my hope. If I don't beat them both, not the end of the world, but I have a, maybe not deadline necessarily, like, there won't be, like, a horrible, well, actually, I need a 2 for here. There won't be, like, a horrible punishment if I don't do this successfully, but it would reflect well on me as a streamer to fulfill my obligations for getting a review key. Because I got a review key to play Legacy of Kain Ascendance Remastered. Or not Ascendance. Defiance Remastered. And it would reflect best upon me if I could play it, or stream it at least, within the 30-day mark upon receiving the review key. And that happened, like, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. So if I can beat this game and Soul Reaver 2 in about around the 2-week mark, 1 to 2 week mark, then that'll put me in a good position to be able to check out Defiance while 1 and 2 are fresh in my mind, and also while, you know, without missing out on too much story stuff. I mean, if push comes to shove, I can just do, you know, a little quickie, like a little one-off of trying Defiance out of sequence. And, you know, it's not the end of the world if I don't have all the story beats completely internalized in my brain, but, you know, it's a little bit easier when it's still kind of fresh. So we'll see. I think I need to do 1 more rotation station. Then I think go this way. That is, hold on, I gotta kill this fucking dude. Ah! Give me the pipe. Give me the pipe. That's kind of what incentivized me to jump back into this, because this is my second session with the game. We did our first session when the remastered collection first dropped, which I think was about a year and some change ago, about a year and a half ago. So that should be good for the leftmost one. We'll have to do a similar rotation situation for the one on my left here. Fucking guy, didn't I just kill your ass? Goddamn. I know, I think we killed the big guy. This is the smaller fella. But of course, they reconstitute very quickly. So the time it takes me to grab this is enough for him to heal quite a lot, but not fully. The other one's probably more refined. I suspect it probably is. I haven't played it, but yeah, I think that's a PS2 game. And I've heard it's good. I've heard Defiance is good. I've heard the remaster is also very good. So I'm excited. Brock says, "Oh my god, moving puzzle or moving blocks. My favorite. How'd you know?" I had what's the word? I had a feeling. I had an inkling, Frax, that you were an enjoyer of such things. A little birdie told me. Someone said, "You know, Alex, I'll tell you one homie who's all about them sliding block puzzles. It's the homie Frax." Whoop, wrong button. I had a suspicion. I had my suspicions. I've done my homework. If I've run the calculations correctly and I've done my due diligence, we're halfway there. I'm gonna guess that's ultimately for a boss battle or some kind of like end chamber of sorts. They wanted me to find out. Keep on keeping on. Back to Spirit Realm. Oh, and the suck. The spirit suck. It's a spiritual suck. There might be some jank. There might be. I think the general consensus is there is some slightly mixed bagginess when it comes to the Soul Reaver series, or the Legacy of Kain series. I think Soul Reaver 1 and 2, this game and its sequel, are generally considered very good. I think these are considered good games. Like, very good games, even. And then I think Defiance is considered good, too. I think after that, it gets a little bit wobbly. I know Ascendance... I think... Actually, hold on. I'm kind of curious. Oh, hold on. Before I do this, I'm going to save. Because I know better. Oh, we have lots of slots. Save? Yes. Good. So, Legacy of Kain, Ascendance. Kind of curious. What's it look like right now? What's it at right now? Legacy of Kain, ass. It is mostly negative. Mostly negative on Steam. Yeah, the reception for Legacy of Kain Ascendance, the newest one, is wildly negative, and I get it. I get why it's wildly negative. I see why a lot of the Legacy of Kain faithful are not vibing with that one. I like it more than I dislike it. I think I have strongly mixed opinions of it, but I think I mostly like it. But I wouldn't recommend it for everyone. It's a not for everyone kind of game for sure. But I think even before Ascendance, I think I remember hearing some mixed things about some of the other entries in the series. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. All I can say is what little tidbits I've heard. All I have is conjecture. She conning on my jack until I chew her. Whoop. There was like a something, but can't grab that ledge. Can't do it. Yeah, facts, not a fan of Ascendance. I'll say this much about Ascendance. In the 2-hour mark, when I got to the 2-hour mark, I was like, ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm feeling this. Don't know if I'm feeling it. And then when I got to the 3-hour mark, I was like, I don't know. Like, it was... I was starting to, like, reconsider, but still kind of being like, I'm just not sure about this one, man. And then when I got to the 4-hour mark, I started going like, oh, all right. Like, it started to grow on me. More and more. So, and that's a bit of a tall ask, right? Because if you get a game on Steam, you have up until the 2-hour mark to request a refund. So if you tell somebody, bro, you have to play it until the 4-hour mark before it gets good, that's a hard-ass sell. That's a hard sell. Good luck on selling someone on that one. It's a $20 game, too, so it's not, you know, it's not valueless. It's not, you know, super duper cheap. But there's something there. It's... maybe I'm just too slow. Maybe it's got to go fast. There's something there to it, and it's not universally terrible, but at the same time, I get why people aren't vibing with it. It does... I think there's some genuinely cool ideas, but the retcons are wild. There are some wild-ass retcons that make some bold assumptions and kind of spit in the face of some of the faithful of the series. So I totally get why that's a deal breaker. It's a little bit all over the place. A little bit wonky zonky blonky. Alright, I'm gonna hit the button and just go fast. I'm gonna hit the button, I mean, pull the lever. Wrong lever, Kronk! Did it auto reset? I heard a noise. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it again. I get it. Spirit Realm, I get it. Bloop. So it's not even a matter of you gotta go fast. You gotta lock that shit in by doing this. Because the physical realm pauses around you when you're in the spirit realm. And I normally... Oh, shit. I was gonna say, normally I can just go through... I can't open doors, but I can go through open walls. Can I go through the glass? Maybe the bells have something. Because I can't go through doors in the spirit realm. I was banking on that opening staying open. But now it is closed. That is not what I was hoping for. However, this is not lost to me. You see the bells? The bellsies on theirs? Can I go through the glass? No. Oh, wait, maybe. Hold on. Hold. Damn. However. Oh, never mind. I know. Wishful thinking. Maybe it's one of these where if I get over here, is there like another spirit realm or conduit I can utilize, I wonder? If there was another conduit I could utilize to just get me a little bit further out. Does not appear to be. Let's do this. Let's re-enter physical realm. What I might be able to do is pull the switch, go down here, get to just this spot, and then transform and see if that's enough. Try to go real fast, or as fast as I can, and just hope it's enough. As it resets pretty quickly. Resets pretty quickly. Can give a ton of flexibility, but... Oh no! Quick. Wasn't enough. Find out. Also, I guess in all fairness, I haven't really ventured... Oh, except I've go through the door. Heck. Maybe I'm going the wrong... Maybe I'm going, like, barking up the wrong tree here. I don't actually know if I've explored this area much in the Spirit Realm zone. So maybe I can make things easier for myself anyway by just exploring around here and see if there's something else. Yeah, so this is still here. So that's not it, but maybe there's something else around here that's available to me, because I don't know if I've done much in the Spirit Realm here. That up there, can I stand on the bell? The bell sure is divisive. Division bell joke from Pink Floyd, stupid jokes. But don't laugh at that. Don't enable me. Wait, actually, can I make the jump? Like, I'm just barely unable to make that jump to make the ledge grab. Not quite. Yeah, 20 years, exactly. That's the thing. That was the thing, too. Like, it's one thing for, it's like, oh, it's a new spin-off game, whatever, not a big deal. It's the first new Legacy of Kain game in 20-some-odd years, which is insulting. And that's what they came up with. Like, it's a bummer. It's a bummer. And I think it was a Kickstarter game, too, wasn't it? Or maybe it wasn't a Kickstarter. Maybe there was, like... There was something about it that was Kickstarter. I think there was, like a graphic novel or a book or something that was going to continue the series story-wise. And this was, like, playing off of that book or that Kickstarter something. So, yeah. It's a sore point for sure. Understandably sore point. What ring the bell does. I don't know if I've tried ringing them all. I'm gonna feel really dumb if there's like some kind of interaction I can do here. Hold up. Push. No, nothing like that. Yeah, remasters are good, exactly. Remasters are definitely interesting or enjoyable. Hope for Blood Omen. Do you mean like a new Blood Omen game? Because I've never actually played the original. Like the original. The one that is, where you play as Kain's, like you see Kain's origin story. I would be curious to see that. Would be curious. And just so I'm, hold on. Am I a dumbass? Have I had the second half available to me this whole time? I'm gonna feel really silly if this has been available to me this whole time and I just never noticed. Yeah, we've been here. That's the first one. We did that one already. I'm not... Actually, no, fuck it. I think I will kill him. Does this suck? Yeah, I think it was like a comic, like a graphic novel. So the game was not kickstarted, but the Kickstarter, I guess, like, brought in a new story that was like... Or continued the story, I guess, that was kind of a revitalization of the series. Okay, I know, wishful thinking. I was like, maybe if I bonk the bell with it, it'll do something. No confirmation that ringing the bells does anything. Got the torches. And yeah, this is the other one. Where the dudes have the scepters, or like the staves, yeah. Ow. Guy's fucking me up. Bop, 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 bop. We've already done this one too. Yeah, okay, so we've confirmed we've already done those. Man. What am I missing here? I feel like there's something with that timing then. That one switch I need to consider. I like the original Kain game. I think I would too. It looks cool. It looks really cool. But it's definitely got that old scrunch factor that not everybody would like, but I think it's something I would enjoy. Got to hit both the bells? I thought I'd try that, but it occurs to me, you know, maybe I've messed something up by, like, entering a door and leaving. Maybe that's, like, resetting things, or maybe there's a timing aspect that I'm not considering here. So here, let's go fast and hit them both. There's a sound. I mean, there's this sound. Boing. Like, I hear that. Here. Like, I hear the gong. I don't really hear anything else, though. Maybe I need to turn the music down a little bit. Sound. Pretty down pretty far. Raise the sound up. That's about fine. I hear it. I heard the initial gong. The initial, like... I get it. I get it. All right, so I'm gonna turn the audio back up, the music back up. That's a very subtle thing, or at least it's subtle to me. Thank you for pointing that out, Frax. That's super helpful. Because in my mind, I was like, damn, yeah, I would just hit it, and I figured it was related to something else. I figured like, yeah, there's something we'll have to figure out later with the bells, and it'll reveal itself at a future occasion. Not realizing that we're bound to it right now, and you just got to go fast and hit it while that's ringing. How's about this? So get it? Spirit Realm? See if we can like save some time here, because I still wasn't fast enough. Oh, I need the juice. Give me some juice, please. Yeah, something I think I would enjoy. Yeah, I enjoy like old RPGs, that kind of thing. I'm definitely not afraid of some jank. Now, hopefully that persisted the way I want it to. Find out. Listening, I can hear it. Yeah, we're just shy. And we do have... Yeah, that actually might be the key. Hit the other one. Right! Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Fraxis. I might have to utilize that opening. That's only available in the physical realm. That might just be the key here. Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. That will be faster. Because the door animation is a little bit unforgiving. Thank you, Frax. It's super helpful. That's exactly what I was missing. Every day I'm hustling. I think I was still too slow. Brutal. Gotta go fast, man. No, there's no other like fast movement. Is it it might be faster to jump, actually. Let's try that. Let's try like, we'll go fast, we'll eat ass, and we'll try jumping when we're on the ground. I think that might be a little bit faster. So smack it. Hoop. Shortest point between two, shortest distance between two lines is a straight line. Oh. We got there. Thank you, Frax, for the help. Frax with the facts. We shatter the glass. Quality glass shattering animation, by the way. Realistic glass physics. Okay, that is helpful. Because now we can get down to the other side a lot faster, which will probably be enough to allow us to use that sliding stone switch to our advantage. Super helpful, Frax. We basically got it first try. So Frax, you're obviously super knowledgeable with this game, and I'm very grateful you're here, because I'm still struggling a little bit, but I'd really be struggling if you were not here. Do you remember what it was like playing this game for the first time back in the day? And did you get stuck in some of these same spots? Because I could see somebody like playing this game as like a teenager or as a kid, and being like, man, how do you do this? Looking up the puzzle solutions online or getting the game guide going, oh, that's how you do it. And it's like ingrained in your soul. It's ingrained in your DNA. Like, man, this shit's hard. God damn. And it like taught you the resilience of how brutal some older games can be. Damn, this shit's tough. It gives you appreciation for these things. Alright, so I pulled that switch, and I think the idea is that it's down here, I think, right? Yes! Yes! Little medallion on the wall thing there. It's not a broken bridge that-a-ways. Evangelical Christians freaking out about games like this. I mean, I do remember people got weird about Doom, which I always found to be entertaining, because Doom, it's like you're killing the demons, like you're kind of on their side. You think that'd be enough. I don't know of this game causing, you know, grief necessarily. Of course, it is rated M. It's an M-rated game, so to that point, it's kind of intrinsically a little bit scandalous. And also, you're playing a soul-sucking soul reaver fella, not straight up Satan worshipping necessarily, but definitely not on the good side of things. Anti-hero of sorts. Yeah. It's gonna corrupt the children, corrupting the youth. Oh, and English is not your first language, Fraxley. That's like, that makes it double tricky. Yeah, I have no idea if this game was localized at all, or like, you know, what those options look like. So a different vibe for sure. We got that little place to check out. Fellers here, and a big ass like soul flame or something. Soul bonfire. Big suck. Big double suck. Go into the physical realm and try some stuff out. Got a good feeling about this here. Actually, before I do that, anything over here? Fancy looking door. I'm wondering where we're gonna find the thing that has those locks that were softening. That were gibulating. Here they are. Probably to open up something big and or allow us to fight something big. Also go through this door. Became one of your favorites. That's awesome. That's awesome, Frax. I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad you stuck with it. I'm glad it's something that means a lot to you. I think that's really sweet. There's a lot here. Goodness. Here I was thinking like, oh, I'm sure we're like getting close to the end here. It's like, oh, actually, there's quite a lot to this. I think what I should probably focus on is getting those sliding block puzzles finished first. Kind of looking ahead to see what to expect in the near future. But I'm thinking those sliding block puzzles might just be, like, the second half of them might be the thing to focus on. Does this hurt me? Huh? I wonder if we're going to unlock a new ability soon, because we, of course, presumably have, like, a whole wheel of these things. I wonder if we'll eventually have, like, other... what's the term? Other, conduits to utilize. Oh, the PAL region had Spanish. Oh, okay, yeah. So you were kind of on your own then. You know, kids nowadays. Frax, I'm gonna hit you with the kids nowadays. Sound like a boomer, but kids nowadays, you know, we have easier solutions for quick off-the-cuff translations of things using your phones, using AI, that kind of shit. So back in the days, not knowing the language, you were on your own. I respect you stuck with it, Frax, and that. I'm sure that means the game left especially left a mark on you because you had to spend that much more time trying to understand it. Woo. That's awesome. I love hearing these kinds of stories. It makes me happy. And also it tells me I've got nothing to complain about. It's like, Alex, what are you whining about? The game is, you know, is tricky, and I gotta get good. I gotta get good when it comes to the puzzles and the solution and figuring the solutions out. But at least I don't have the language barrier holding me back. I got the language barrier thing as a non-issue. Whereas Frax over here, Frax had to go through the long haul, man. They had to They had to grind that shit out the old school way back in the days, so they had it much harder than I do. I got nothing to whine about. I got it much easier than they did. Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Cool. Figuring these are probably gonna lead to the other chambers. Gulp. Back to the old school graphics for a bit. Ow. Ow. You do a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of you're dead. How little health I have now. Might be going back to the spirit realm for a minute here. I could get a cool thing. Ooh, there's a cool thing. Looks like I want to go to the spirit realm anyway. I'm gonna kill these lads. Ah. Go back. Meow. Oh, I'm a little bit low on health. I have to just go through that ways. I know I can't face through the glass. Can get their asses. Ow. Gulp. Oh, he got me before I could gulp him. I'm just trying to suck you and the homies. Is that so wrong? If that's so wrong, I don't want to be right. There we go. Try that again. Didn't really mean to pick that up, and I'm not complaining. Bang, smack, smack. It's got a lot of health. Got a lot of dead as well. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have grabbed it. What am I doing? That was stupid of me. I was like, let me grab this so I can kill the other guy. It's like, no, no, no. Don't grab it yet. Do the gobble and then go for the schlobble. I don't know what that means. Boop. Yeah, also played Blood Omen. That's awesome. That's awesome. So probably like a some other thing here we need to find to crack this thing open. And look, just kind of sniffing around. Now we did find, of course, one of the sliding block puzzles. We knew we'd eventually have to deal with anyway. We'll do this while we're here. The enemy design is good. It is, yeah. Yeah, it's quite solid. Yeah, the vibes are unquestionably immaculate. Question is... Ah, there is the conduit. Good. I was starting to get a little bit concerned. Meow. That's gonna be significant anyway. Once again, gotta match up the designs here. This one might just be for that one. The designs to speak of. Do what I did earlier. Chunk. And a chunk. And a chunk. There we go. Every so often, in fact, I was gonna say every so often I should stop and save. I'm gonna do that right now, actually, because I can't be trusted. There's a decent chance we'll have to wrap up tonight before we beat this dungeon, because it is getting quite late. But I'm hoping that, like, the progress we're making into the dungeon will be saved, the switches we're flipping, that kind of thing. Even if we're not getting all the stuff, I'm hoping we can get some of the stuff. Probably that one right there. Yeah. Yeah, it is exactly that one right there. Oh, actually, I think I rotated it the wrong way. Exactly what I did. The fool that I was. Thump. 1. There's probably like a more finesseful way to do that in quick succession. That will ultimately do it. And I think I took the long road on that one. Took the long way home. Oop. I will say this much. I remember like a lot of us who are my age, a lot of the graybeards listening in right now might remember the days of GamePro magazine, Tips and Tricks magazine, Nintendo Power. I remember having a subscription to, I think, GamePro magazine. I had Nintendo Power, but I think I also had GamePro. And, of course, Nintendo Power was all about Nintendo games, but GamePro magazine got you Nintendo stuff and PC stuff and PlayStation stuff. So you got a nice variety with GamePro. And I remember seeing advertisements and reviews and screenshots and hype for upcoming Legacy of Kain games. And I remember thinking to myself, these games look so cool and also kind of scary. Might seem kind of silly to say, but like, oh man, the games are violent. They're rated M, and the dude in the cover is so scary. He's got the cool like if I like this, like the dude looked like this in the promotion art. Like it looked really good and really cool. And of course, you play the game, it's a little bit more lower fidelity, but still, I remember being like, man, this game looks fucking badass and hardcore and edgy, being like, damn, bro, fucking PS2 guys and gals, PS1 and PS2 guys and gals, they got some cool shit, man. Kind of being envious of the PS1, PS2 gamers got to enjoy. And as Nintendo homies, you know, we got a lot of great stuff too, but a different vibe entirely. I just realized we don't have enough cubes. We need to lower these things. I think that's part of the equation. Oh my god, do I have to stack them all to reach up there? Oh my god. Is that enough though? Hold on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 1. This would be 2, 3. Fuck my entire penis. That is exactly what I need to do. I'm so silly. Why I should have counted this out first before realizing the situation I put myself in. I can't believe I've done this. More blocks. What is this, Minecraft? This is, well, we're not crafting the crafting the blocks. We're stacking the blocks. It's not Minecraft. It's mine stack. This is ridiculous, but also I respect it. Now, the tricky question is, how am I going to stack all these? I don't think I can do a triple, can I? Oh, baby, a triple. Yeah, I can't do that. So what I have to do is get the next one up. I mean, let's just try it. Let's just see how far we can take this. Game would have driven you nuts. I mean, unless I'm wrong. I was thinking that we have to, like, reach the top. Because I can't just, like, grab on to the top, to the tippity top there, obviously. And there's no blocks over here. It's like I gotta do some kind of stacking operation. Do this. Oh, no, wait a goddamn second. I think I see. Now, the tricky thing, though, I think I see where I've gone astray, and I think I see where we're ultimately heading. However, I don't know how to unstack. Is there a way to reset the room, I wonder? Because I realize I might have hacked it. Can I unhack this? I might have hacked it. I needed to have one of these down. Yeah, I see. So I could have flipped this guy. I could have stood right here. Like right where that is. I could have stood here. Done the flip there. That would have done it. That would have done it for me. Might have to reset the room. And I'm assuming... going far away might do it? Ooh, I don't know. I hope I didn't mess it up. If worse comes to worse, I could just save the game and we'll just, you know, we'll wrap up tonight and come back in a future date. And by future date, I think I mean tomorrow. As I'm sure, like, saving and exiting would be one way to do it. I'm gonna see if that does it, though. Close the door. Open it back up. Yeah, I think I hacked it, Frax. I'm hoping that we can reset the room. Oh no! It's not looking good for old Alex. Not looking good for your boy Super Hobbit. Surely I haven't fucked the save. I can't believe I've done this. Yes, I can. Of course I can believe I've done this. I'm a dumbass. And I'll do it again, too. Surely there's a way to reset this, and I bet it's loading the save. Is there another block? I think the idea is I'm supposed to use these blocks to get up top, and I'm a dumbass. I should have thought about this, like, one step further. I was just spitballing just to see what would happen. But as I was stuck in the second one, I was like, oh, I see what I should have done. I should have left this block off. This one here. So I could stand where this block is and flip the next one up. But my dumbass done hacked it, man. I don't think that there is, unless I'm a doofus. Unless I'm a doofus, which is always a reality I'm willing to embrace. I think I hacked it, man. I think I hacked it bad. But let's just hope. Let's just hope if you save and exit that. Actually, how about this? I'm gonna do two things. This is if in the off chance I've soft locked the game and we're fucked. This is why you don't. If you can, you stagger the saves. This is why you stagger the saves. So I'm gonna save now. I'm gonna save now. And out of curiosity, if I quit the game and then load, where does it spawn me? Actually, it's gonna spawn me at the start, right? So if I fast track, oh, what am I doing? Right, yeah. We go to the warp. Go to the warp because we do have the warp for the cathedral now, and just kind of zoom to where we just were. I just want confirmation that I haven't, like, fucked the save. And if I have, not the end of the world, because we have the staggered saves that have have given us the ability to rewind time slightly. Hopefully that'll be enough, man. Hopefully that'll be enough. It's not a true soft lock. Yeah, I assume it's probably getting towards either the heart piece we saw, the equivalent of the heart piece, or something else. Oh no, did I never? Oh my god, I never got the the warp. I am very smart. All right, well the good news is that it's not too long to get there. I can't believe I never got the warp. Oh, I remember now. Here's the thing, we did get the warp. We absolutely got the warp. And then the game crashed. And when the game crashed, I relaunched and went back to the cathedral. To continue our progress, forgetting that because the game crashed, it of course never saved the fact that we got the we never got the teleport, the waypoint. Fuck my entire butt, lovingly and sensually. God damn it! I promise I'm only slightly incompetent. Normally, my incompetence knows some bounds. Normally, I have some balance of my incompetence. God damn it. I can't believe it. But again, yes, I can. I absolutely can believe it. It's for the heart piece, yeah, which is still a nice thing to have. It's a nice to have, as we see in the industry. But not a gotta have it. Oh, right. Speaking of which. I love the blue of the Soul Reaver. It looks so badass. The green is cool, too. That, of course, reminds me of Star Wars. Various good guy lightsabers. I imagine that was probably a big draw for a lot of gamers back in the day. For the gamers. Now, the question is... where was the warp? I think it was in the water? Oh, you know what? I think it's over this way, actually. Probably over this way. Oop. We don't have to be in physical form. We can do this in spirit form, I'm pretty sure. There we go. There we go. Oh, right. What was I about to say? Yeah, we don't need spirit. We don't need physical form. You can interact with them just fine in spirit form, but you can't open the goddamn doors that lead there in the spirit form. You gotta be physical for that one. Let's get physical. I want to get physical. Let me hear your body talk. Weird song from the 80s. It was a good one, though. I liked it. Bloop. Zoop. And, of course, the fog, which is actually present in the remaster as well. But we'll do remaster for a bit. Ah, god damn it! I can't believe I blinded. Because then when we crashed, I was like, well, we didn't really lose anything because we hadn't really made any like tangible progress in the dungeon, in the temple, whatever you want to call it. So not the end of the world. Motherfuck. I can't believe I've done this. Is what I would say, but that would be a lie. We're grabbing the warp. Not that it saves that much time, but we might as well. Oh. I just want confirmation. And can we say that it is not fully hacked? Has that room reset? I bet it has. Bet it has. I can't believe you've done this. Correct, Frax, correct. Because and you'll be proud of me. I've discovered this on my own. We found a dude, and I was like, huh, he's just looking at me. And then I killed the bad guy, and he was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, if he's gonna be cool, I'll be cool too. Not realizing that that now they worship me. Which is a really cool concept. The idea, if you're nice to the humans, they'll be terrified of you and will like worship you as like a demigod. So it's like, all right. Not gonna stop them if they want to say I'm freaking cool. Then I mean, maybe they're right. Maybe I am really cool. So yeah, I was like, sure. Yeah, at least I'm pretty sure that's how I discovered it. I think somebody told me after the fact. They were like, oh, by the way, yeah, because I was confused. I was like, why is this guy like on his knees to please? What's going on here? And somebody told me like, oh yeah, it's because you were nice to the one guy. When you show them mercy, they will revere you. They will revere you, because we're a Reaver of Souls. Get it? Hilarious. My comedy knows no bounds. Don't forget to tip your waitress. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the thing I just kind of stumbled into, but I was like, all right. They want to suck my penis and tell me I'm really cool? Whomst am I to stop them? Actually, I mean, I say that this guy is not wearing pants. He's not wearing pants. Not a lot going on there. Not a lot going on there, so they might have a bit of a tough time. Might be a tough old time for them. Bloop. I've says, Alex, you're being weird. When am I ever weird? When has it ever come up before? That I say questionable things. I don't know if I remember what's over there. Whoop. Yeah, we got it. Jump. Trying to go up. Get on up. Hey, there we go. Bro's got that Ozempic vibe. He's also got that no fucking internal organs whatsoever vibe, but not a skeleton. Not a skeleton, but a ghoulish figure. Ghoulish lad. Trying to skip the combats that are unnecessary, which there's a bunch of those. And we broke the glass. Oh, we gotta go uppies? No, downies. And then uppies. There we go. Now I remember. Blink. Plops us down. And then we go... Yeah, we have to go to this area up here, I believe. Rexus, I got bad news. I'm gonna be so upsetty spaghetti if the puzzles are permanently placed. I'm almost like, don't tell me. Don't tell me, Frags. Don't tell me. So the glasses remain broken. That's good. Oh, wait. What am I doing? Hold on. I'm a dumbass. I broke the glass. Why did I do that? Oh, for this part. That's right. That's right. Okay. Okay. Don't break my heart, Frax. Don't. If I'm about to learn something heartbreaking, Frax, let it be by my own hand. Let it be by my own hand. Let it happen organically. If I'm headed for the heartbreak, to quote the great philosophers of our time, Def Leppard, you're headed for the heartbreak. If I'm heading for a heartbreak, let me languish. Let me languish in what's the word? In ignorance. For as long as I can muster. It was over here. Have a good night, Meerkat. Thanks for hanging out, man. I envy you, Meerkat. I envy you. Not a slave to your own ineptitude. Not being bogged down by your own questionable gamer intelligence. Ow. Not getting slapped by dudes with like staves and little knifey boys, little stabbies. Ow. Splort. Ow. I envy you, Meerkat. I envy all of you. Not bogged down by your small IQ brains, not a slave to your own hubris. Being able to do block puzzles like a proper upstanding citizen. Nay, I do not contain such qualities as a gamer. I am but a languishing fool, cursed to walk these realms for an eternity as a dumbass who stacked the fucking cubes and will rue the day. God. Teddy slapping Christ. I can't believe this. Well, the good news. You know what? Let's see. How much do I lose by quitting out and loading the previous save? Huh? Now the problem is I still don't have the fucking warp. So I gotta schlep all the way back to like a dumbass. Do I find that out now? You know what? It's getting late. It's getting late. It took us like 10 minutes to get to that spot. Let's leave that as the cliffhanger. Let's leave that for the cliffhanger for part 2. Let's do that. Let's do that. Cliffhanger for part 2. Cliffhanger for part 2, baby. We'll leave that for next time. That gives you a reason to come back. Did Alex fuck himself in the butt by making a second unfortunate save and send him back even further back in time? We'll see. Find out next time with this next episode of Super Hobbit Ball Z. Super Hobbit Balls. Trying to solve puzzles. The lesson learned is think before leaping. Look before leaping. I just assumed, oh, I'm sure there's a way to reset the room. Fool that I was. Foolish fool that I was. So, yeah, the lesson learned with the sliding block puzzles, especially if you're having to stack things. If you're having to stack things, be mindful of the steps you're about to take because you might not be able to undo them. Lessons learned. But you know, I will say this much. I actually am impressed that the game does not reset the room in that instance. And it persists everything. It persisted the location of the weapon, like the staff that I wielded when I was killing the dudes in that one room, the two liches spawned, or the lichens. That's where I got nervous when I saw that in the middle of the floor and not stacked on to the pedestal where it normally spawns. I was like, oh, fuck no. So the fact that it actually persists that much detail in the in-game world is really impressive. Ocarina of Time wishes it had that kind of persistence. It persists big events, you know, Zora's River raising and lowering, that kind of thing. But yeah, the dungeon stuff, you enter a dungeon, honestly, you enter and exit a room, it resets everything. So that, to this game's credit, that actually is pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Oh, it's fixable? I can fix him? Interesting, Frax. Would you recommend, then, that I do what I was thinking I was going to do, which is to say load a previous save and just continue and get caught up, and when I get to that room, do it right? Or is there a later way to unfuck the boxes. Like if there's a move we have not yet unlocked. I'll say this much. Is there something we can gain later on that will allow me to fix this? Because if there's something we can gain, I might be all right with just rolling with it. I might just be all right with rolling with it. Because, yeah, it occurs to me there's a lot of stuff we don't have yet. Because when you hit the tab button, well, on my keyboard it's tab. But like if you're in the physical realm and you want to go into the spiritual realm, you have to bring up the little whirligig wheel. And of course, we only have the one power, but there's the one ability that says, go back to spirit realm. There might be something else that says, I don't know, spawn a box. There might be something that says, like retrieve something, like either push or pull from a distance. I don't know. Just spitballing here, but we might not be out of it yet. We might not be out of it yet, baby. We might not be out of it yet. Old big dick's back in town, baby. Well, according to my wife, medium dick. But anyway. Now, thank you, Frax. Thank you for your assistance. You've been super helpful. And Frax, that second to last comment where you're saying, wait, should I tell him? That tells me that you give a shit and that you are very considerate, because I understand when you're a streamer who is playing a game that is near and dear to people's hearts, it's probably a little frustrating. Or maybe not as a streamer, as the viewer watching a streamer playing a game that you know very well, it might be kind of frustrating watching me fuck up and watching me be a dumbass and watching me like, oh my god, this idiot is hacking himself over. Like, move over. Let me drive. Let me control. Like, this streamer doesn't know what he's doing. I gotta show him what's up. And I understand the urge to be like, I should just tell him the solution. I should just tell him what he's doing wrong, what he's missing. I appreciate your consideration and letting me fuck up, letting me fuck around and find out, because I understand the temptation. The number of times I've played a game that is nostalgic for some folks, and the backseating is like, my fucking god. It's exhausting. And then it's kind of, to be honest, it's made me not want to stream certain games. It is exclusively why I don't stream Binding of Isaac. And I love that game, but I don't stream that game anymore because like the backseating is fucking mind-numbing. It's like, let me find out the builds, but it's like, bro, don't do that, do this one. Oh, don't pick up that thing. Why'd you do that? And like, people get so mad. It's like, why'd you pick that up, you fucker? It's like, I'm just trying to learn. So like, God, the people get so insufferable. And it's not like, it doesn't come from a place of malice. It's because they care about the game. It's important to them. And I get that. So whenever I encounter someone who gets it and is considerate and is patient, that is such a blessed thing. So Frax, you're a goddamn real one. I appreciate you, homie. You're a goddamn real one, and I appreciate you, man. Yeah, this is impressive tech in 1999. Exactly, Hype, for sure. Yeah. Make some quality of life stuff. Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing. The devs probably thought to themselves, you know what? I mean, they may or may not have figured this out in their QA and their testing, because it's uncommon for a game like this to have a soft lock like that in the game. And like Frax said, it's optional anyway. But yeah, it's uncommon for a game with a fairly easy to stumble into situation like that to have a true soft lock without some future solutions. The devs might even been aware of that as a possibility that can happen in that dungeon, and thought to themselves, you know what? Let's not give them an ability to reset the room, or let's not give them something to easily unstuck the boxes. They can use blank, which they'll get later, and that solves the problem for them too. So I respect it, man. I goddamn respect it. Hype says backseat more, Alex. Do it. Fucking do it. Yeah. Now, my general rule with the backseating is, and you'll note that I don't have like any hard set rules. I don't have anything in the description, nothing in the tags that says no backseating. My usual rule is, if I'm doing something that is fucking driving you nuts, if you're watching me play a game and you're like, this fucking guy, oh my god, I'm losing my mind, and you think to yourself, oh man, he probably forgot about this one thing, or there was this thing streamers, right? We do this all the fucking time. We're talking, we're yapping, and we talk over the tutorial. We miss a crucial detail because our attention is split. We're watching the chat, we're commentating, we're keeping up with the game, and inevitably there's stuff you miss. The streamer brain happens. So the number of times where it's like, oh, the streamer probably just earnestly didn't notice this or forgot about this because they've been playing a bunch of other games. So if a streamer has a rule in their chat that says no backseating ever, never, ever, ever, then that kind of limits things, because it's like, man, the streamer is bogged down by something, they're struggling with something, and they're getting frustrated, the chat's getting agitated, everyone's miserable. But if they had this one nugget of knowledge. It would change everything. It would fix everything. And for reasons like that, I allow backseating, but I just ask people to use their best judgment. As I think if you say no backseating ever, I think you're kneecapping yourself. I've watched streams fall apart when the streamer was real rigid about that, and the chat was like, oh, come on, we want to help. And the mods are saying, unless he or she gives the go-ahead, we'll nuke anybody that tries to backseat. So it's like, you know, everyone's kind of got their backs against the wall, and they get the loaded gun. It's like, oh, who's going to get him? So anyway, you know, I've seen where that derails things, and it's like, no, I don't want that vibe. My intent is to be entertaining, and if I'm playing a game that's making people fucking rip their hair out, I'm doing something wrong, and we should open things up. So anyway, so yeah, I generally trust people. Generally speaking, if I'm really missing something that is probably pretty crucial, and the viewers are like, then it's time to, you know, set the ego aside and say, all right, what am I missing? But like we were saying earlier with like Binding of Isaac as an example, there's also too much backseating, and it's a balancing act. Like anything else in life, it's a balancing act. So anyway, thank you again, though, guys, for hanging out. Thank you again to Frax for being, again, very considerate and very patient with me. That's a person that not only knows the game, but also loves the game and understands, like, there's, you know, you probably want people to experience the game in an authentic way. Like, you probably realize, yeah, if someone is playing the game and they're getting the deets fed to them, it's like, you know, you probably miss some of that. So it's like, you probably understand there's an organic way of experiencing the game, kind of akin to how you experience that. So like, that tells me you're a passionate individual, a passionate enjoyer of this game. You're a fucking real one. You're a true G, a real G, a real gamer. Yeah, the tutorial, exactly. Yeah, the tutorial I think was good. But yeah, it has been a little bit since we've gone through it. Yeah, watching people play the classics, exactly, man. Yeah, the backseaters, yeah. I mean, and again, it doesn't come from a place of malice. I have no hate in my heart for the backseaters that get like enthusiastic because they like the game and they want to, you know, it's like they care about it being presented in a proper light. If the streamer's banging his head against the wall, it kind of makes the game maybe not look bad, but I can understand how that can feel not good watching the streamer struggle. So I get it. I get it and I respect it. But anyway, friends, we're going to find a raid target. Thank you for hanging out with us. I know we went pretty late here, but good freaking time tonight. We'll continue this tomorrow, I think. I think we should be able to continue this tomorrow. I stream most days of the week, but every once in a while I have to cancel a stream or reschedule. So I would say the plan is to stream tomorrow. I don't have anything on the calendar that should get in the way of that, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'll be busy for a good chunk of Mother's Day, but I should still be around for the Sunday stream as well, in the evening at least. So yeah, we got some games in the future. We'll continue this tomorrow, and then Sunday will be multiplayer games with our co-op buddies, and then also, if there's time at the end, more of this game afterwards. And then next week, the majority of next week will be dedicated to this game as well. So lots of Legacy of Kain in our future. I can tell you quickly, just verbally, that there is, let's see, what was that game called? Roadout. Yeah, so Roadout launches on the 14th. So probably Thursday we'll probably stream something different. But yeah, I think most of next week is going to be almost exclusively dedicated to Legacy of Kain. Soul Reaver 1, if we beat it, jumping into Soul Reaver 2. And then, yeah, so my deadline for checking out Defiance Remastered will be on the 21st. That'll be not the next Thursday, but the Thursday afterwards. So we got about a week and a half, a little bit less than 2 weeks, to at least get through the first game and get some degree into the second game before jumping into Defiance Remastered. Just to honor the agreement as a streamer, getting a review key for something. It's like a 30-day kind of grace period that is generally agreed upon for most platforms. So it's like, it's not terrible if I go beyond the 30 days, but it reflects best on me if I abide by that. So anyway, thank you for hanging out, friends. Raid targets coming in hot. By the way, there's my socials page for anybody just dying to follow other things that I have. If you're curious about joining my Discord server or following me on social media, or checking out my other streaming platforms, you're welcome to do so. All those links and more can be found in the chat there, that Linktree page. That's I should mention I'm live in a lot of places right now. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on TikTok. I'm live on Facebook. I'm live on Trovo. I'm live on Pornhub. Not really, but I am live on Twitch. I got the hoodie. We got the threads. So I'm live on Twitch. That's my primary platform. That is where most of our chatters and viewers are. I mean, I'm not picky. I'm happy for people to watch anywhere they want to. But I usually recommend Twitch just because that's where we have most of our like chat interactions. That's where most chatters and viewers are. So it's like the closest to the source. But yeah, I'm happy to have people in any capacity. I'm not picky. We got Twitter, we got Instagram, all that shit, and the Discord server. By the way, we do giveaways in the like through the Discord server every so often. Usually once every few weeks, we'll get some extra keys for things, and I'll raffle them off. So if you want to join the Discord server, participate in future raffles, we got all that in the Discord server. And the link to join is in the Linktree page. I post my schedule there every week. It's just kind of the best way to keep up with my general goings-on outside of my usual stream. So if you're curious, that is got the stuff. Otherwise, Raid's target coming in hot. There's nobody streaming any Legacy of Kain games right now that I can see. Actually, what about Ascendance? Anybody on that category? Nope. Nobody streaming this game right now, or any Legacy of Kain games, which is fine. I usually try to raid somebody maybe kind of adjacent to something I'm streaming, but there are a lot of people live right now. Let's raid this person. Cozy Burb just went live. Actually, hold on. Cozy Burb. Oh, shit. Jimmy's live. Let's raid Jimmy. Jimmy always raids me, and I never get to raid him. He's a nice guy. He's a freaking real one, and I never get to raid his ass. We're going to raid Mr. Jim. Mr. Jimmy. Jimmy the Rabbit. He's a great dude. In fact, I'm kind of surprised he's still going because it's late if it's late where I am, it's real late where he is. Which means I gotta go quickly. Yeah, Jimmy was instrumental in helping us when I played through Secret World Legends on stream many years ago. It was like 4 or 5 years ago by this point. And he's super helpful, super chill dude. Does a lot of Secret World Legends, which is a very cool MMO RPG that is really not massively multiplayer. It's multiplayer online, but not massively multiplayer. So it's just a single MMORPG. But anyway, really cool dude, very entrenched in the game's community, and super helpful to the newbies, such as myself when I was playing it. Really nice guy, and I think you'll like him a lot. So we're going to raid into him. He is playing Marvel Rivals. There you go. Doing some Friday night gamings. I'll see you guys there. Thanks again for hanging out with us, friends. Big shouts to the homie, Ilyon, for that raid. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Frax, thank you once again for your assistance and being such a cool and patient gamer. Thanks for hanging out with us, friends. I'll see you on the Flippy Dippy. I should be back tomorrow. If there's any major changes to the schedule, I'll make sure to update the schedule channel in the Discord and the Discord server. Y'all have a great night, and good night, friends. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And then he pulls out. You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face and he just